ओम सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। To maintain the decorum of the program, I humbly request all of you to keep your mobile phone on silent mode. Let us now take a moment to extend our warm greetings to the distinguished guest seated on the dais. For this, I would like to request Professor Harish Sir, Head Department of Biotechnology, Biotech School, to kindly welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor in charge, Professor Amit Kumar Saxena Sir, by presenting him with a plant sapling. I would like to request Dr. D.K. Parihar Sir to kindly welcome our guest of honor, Dr. Kunal Rai Sir, by presenting him with a plant sapling. I would like to request Professor Renu Bhatnagar to kindly welcome our Registrar Sir, Professor A.S. Chandibhe, by presenting him with a plant sapling. I would like to request Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Sir to kindly welcome our Dean, Professor Rajendra Mehta Sir, by presenting him with a plant sapling. I would like to request Dr. Dhananjay Shukla Sir to kindly welcome our local coordinator of GIAN, Professor M.C. Rao Sir, by presenting him with a plant sapling. I would like to request Dr. Alka Ma'am to kindly welcome course coordinator Dr. Santosh Kumar Sir, by presenting him with a plant sapling. आप सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. Moving ahead, I cordially invite Professor Rajendra Mehta Sir, Dean, School of Studies of Interdisciplinary Education and Research, Guru Ghanshidas Vishwavidyalaya, Bilaspur, for welcome address.
माँ सरस्वती के चरणों में प्रणाम करता हूँ. गुरु घासीदास जी बाबा के चरणों में प्रणाम करता हूँ. परम आदरणीय कुलपति प्रोफेसर आलोक कुमार चक्रवाल, गुरु घासीदास विश्वविद्यालय, जिनकी प्रेरणा से ये कार्यक्रम आज संपन्न करने जा रहे हैं. कुलपति इंचार्ज प्रोफेसर अमित कुमार सक्सेना साहब, विश्वविद्यालय के रजिस्ट्रार प्रोफेसर ए.एस. चंदीबे साहब, आज के हमारे गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर प्रोफेसर कुणाल, ज्ञान के लोकल कोऑर्डिनेटर प्रोफेसर MC राव और ज्ञान के कोऑर्डिनेटर बायोटेक डॉक्टर संतोष जी, मेरे सामने बैठे हुए बायोटेक्नोलॉजी विभाग के सारे अध्यापक, विद्यार्थी, सर्वप्रथम मैं धन्यवाद भी करता हूं और आदर से सम्मान भी करता हूं प्रोफेसर आलोक कुमार चक्रवाल जी का, जिनकी प्रेरणा से हम ये आज कार्यक्रम शुरू करने जा रहे हैं। मैं स्वागत करता हूं प्रोफेसर अमित सक्सेना जी का, जो कार्यकारी कुलपति हैं इस विश्वविद्यालय के, क्योंकि सर अभी किसी कारण से बाहर हैं, इसलिए सर उपलब्ध हुए। सर सक्सेना सर बड़े सरल स्वभाव के व्यक्तित्व हैं और हम लोगों की किसी भी कार्यक्रम में विद्यार्थी जानते होंगे, जब भी हमने उनको बुलाया है वो सहर्ष उपस्थित हुए हैं बिना किसी देरी लगाए। इसलिए सर आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है इस कार्यक्रम में। प्रोफेसर कुणाल राय, जो कि जीनोमिक्स के मास्टर हैं, जो जीनोमिक्स के समझ लीजिए कि बहुत बड़े वैज्ञानिक हैं, जो फार्मास्यूटिक्स में काम कर रहे हैं, मैं उनका भी स्वागत करता हूं हृदय से। वो बड़ी लंबी यात्रा करके हमारे बीच उपस्थित हुए हैं और हमारा कर्तव्य है कि हम उनको बड़े ध्यान से सुने और उनसे बहुत सारी सीख लें। आपका स्वागत है सर। गुरु घासीदास विश्वविद्यालय का रजिस्ट्रार प्रोफेसर AS रणदेव साहब, जो हमारे पुराने साथी भी हैं, बहुत कर्मठ हैं, सत्यवादी हैं, साफ बोलने वाले आदमी हैं और ऐसे व्यक्तित्व तो बहुत कम मिलते हैं। सर का भी बहुत बहुत हार्दिक स्वागत है। ज्ञान के लोकल कोऑर्डिनेटर प्रोफेसर MC राव, जो समय समय पर ज्ञान के बारे में हम लोगों को बताते रहते हैं और उन्हीं की वजह से ये संतोष कुमार जी ने 2 ज्ञान के कार्यक्रमों को प्राप्त किया है। आपका भी सर बहुत बहुत स्वागत है इस कार्यक्रम में। संतोष कुमार जी इसके कोऑर्डिनेटर हैं, इसलिए उनका भी बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। और सभी शिक्षक हमारे साथी जो प्रोफेसर हैं, जो एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर हैं, जो कि असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर हैं, जो यहाँ पर उपस्थित हैं, उन सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूँ। विद्यार्थियों का हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूँ। साथ ही साथ ये विद्यार्थियों से जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, उनसे मेरा निवेदन है कि इस कार्यक्रम को बड़े ध्यान से सुनेंगे और बहुत कुछ सीखने का मौका है आप लोगों के पास, बहुत कुछ सीखने का मौका है और ये मौका हाथ से जाने ना दें, इसका पूरा सदुपयोग करें। आप सभी का बहुत बहुत स्वागत, धन्यवाद।
Thank you very much, sir, for your warm and inspiring welcome address. Epigenomics is the poetry written on the canvas of DNA, subtle, dynamic, and transformative. With this thought, I warmly invite Professor M. Chakradhar Rao, sir, faculty in the Department of Civil Engineering and local coordinator of GIAN, to kindly share his insights and throw some light on the GIAN program.
Vice Chancellor, the Registrar, the Dean School of Interdisciplinary Sciences, Head of the Biotechnology Department, course coordinators, distinguished experts, faculty members, dear participants. A very good morning to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all on this webinar therapeutics. At the outset, I extend my sincere gratitude to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Alok Kumar Chakrawal, for his unwavering encouragement in strengthening academic excellence through international collaborations. In his absence, I am pleased to extend a warm welcome to our in-charge Vice Chancellor and Director IQAC, Professor Amit Saxena, sir. So this GIAN, basically it was started in 2017. It was an initiative of Ministry of Human Resources during 2017. Now it is the Ministry of Education. Now right now we are running a 4th phase. In the earlier 3 phases, the university has conducted almost 9 programs, and this is the 10th program in our university. The experts are visited from different parts of the world, and I hope This program will provide an opportunity for you to have a good linkages with the most eminent expert, and as well as it will also guide you to more academic solutions or academic collaborations you may have in future. Basically, the GIAN is a visionary program launched by the Ministry of Education, Government of India, aimed at bringing a world-class academic expertise into the Indian higher education system. Initiatives like GIAN help foster global academic collaboration, build knowledge bridges, and expose our students and scholars to cutting-edge developments across the globe. It also provides an opportunity to build international linkages and inspire our young minds to see themselves as part of the global scientific community. I hope this program is going to be a 10 days program, so I hope all the participants are actively engaged with the sessions, interact meaningfully with our esteemed resource person, and carry forward the spirit of inquiry and collaboration that defines academic excellence. So once again, I extend a warm welcome to each one of you to this inaugural function and wish this course a grand success. I thank the course coordinators for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for providing us with a quick briefing of the GIAN program. Therapeutics of tomorrow rest not only in decoding the genome, but also in mastering the epigenome. With this note, I warmly invite Dr. Santosh Kumar, Associate Professor in the Department of Biotechnology, Guru Granth Singh Vishwavidyalaya, and coordinator of this course, to kindly share his insights and throw some light on the course.
Respected Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Arun Kumar Chakravarti, and Vice Chancellor Professor Amit Saxena sir, esteemed Registrar Professor A.S. Nandhavi sir, our distinguished Chief Guest Dr. Kumar from the University of Texas, Cambridge, Kansas Center, USA, Dean, the School of Study of Interdisciplinary Education and Research, Professor R. Mehta, Local Coordinator GIAN, Professor M. Chaturdhar Rao, colleagues, students, and participants, good morning to all. It is my privilege to present a brief overview of our GIAN course on epigenomic fundamental mechanisms and therapeutics. We are organized by the Department of Biotechnology, Guru Granth Singh Vishwavidyalaya from 18 to 27 August 2025. Epigenomics is the study of heritable changes in the gene function that occur without the alteration in the DNA sequences, has emerged as one of the most dynamic fields in the modern biology. It connects the fundamental mechanism of gene regulation with complex biological process and in understanding in providing essential for advances in medicine, agriculture, and biotechnology. This course has been distinguished to give participants a strong understanding of the course concept along with the exposure to the latest development in the fast-growing field. Over the span of the 10 days, the course will offer an extensive and well-structured curriculum delivered by the globally and nationally renowned expert, covering a wide spectrum of the topic. Dr. Kunal Rai will be provide a comprehensive understanding of the fundamentals of epigenetics, stone modification, DNA methylation, 3D chromatin architecture, chromatin remodeling, and neuroepigenetics. And Dr. Ravi Verma will present the latest developments in the cancer epigenetics, a domain with a significant translational relevance. Dr. Amresh Chandra Panda will elaborate on epigenomics and RNA-mediated gene regulation. Dr. Rajesh will discuss the role of epigenetics in the early embryonic development with a focus of reproductive and developmental disorder. Dr. Amit Awasthi will conclude the session on epigenetic therapeutics, including ongoing clinical trial and the future therapeutics prospects. The academic design of this program reflects a balance between the conceptual depth and methodological rigor, including the discussion of genome-wide regulation techniques, chromatin regulation, and therapeutic interventions. Interactive session and discussion will encourage the environmental beneficial to crucial thinking, collaboration, learning, and the wide spread of the idea where the participant not only learn but also critically engage with the emerging question in the field. Our ultimate goal is that by the end of this program, every participant leave with a clear understanding of the epigenomics, its application, and its future aspect, and with a confident to integrate this knowledge into their own research and academic pursuit. I would like to thank Global Initiative of Academic Network for enabling us to bring this program to our university and extend my gratitude to all resource persons for sharing their expertise. I also appreciate the effort of my colleagues, organizing committee member and our scholarship participants without whom this course would not be happen possible. With that, I warmly welcome all of you to the intellectual journey into the fascinating world of the economics. Let us make this 10 days a truly enriching and collaborative experience. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for providing us with an overview of the course. Epigenetics bridges the gap between nature and nurture, turning potential into reality. With this note, I humbly invite Professor A.S. Randeve, sir, Registrar of Guru Granth Siddharth Vishwavidyalaya, Bilaspur, to kindly address the gathering on this special occasion of inauguration of the GIAN long-term course on epigenomics, fundamentals, mechanisms, and therapeutics.
Thank you. मंचस्थ प्रोफेसर अमित सक्सेना जी, प्रभारी कुलपति के रूप में और वर्तमान में डायरेक्टर IPSC भी हैं, प्रोफेसर कुणाल राय जी, प्रोफेसर मेहता जी, GIAN coordinator for the university, Professor Rao, and coordinator for this program, Mr. Santosh Kumar जी. मेहता जी ने मेरा थोड़ा सा काम आसान कर दिया. सिर्फ अच्छा उन्होंने ये कहा कि ये नहीं किया कि बड़ा मुंह फटा आदमी है. उन्होंने सिर्फ यही कहा कि सच बोल देते हैं. सच बोलने और मुंह फटाने में थोड़ा सा अंतर है. पता नहीं, मैथमेटिकली दे आर ओवरलैपिंग थिंग्स. मैं इस विषय के बारे में जानता नहीं हूँ, ये मुझे सबसे पहले इसीलिए बोलने में सुगमता हूँ कि जब सच ही बोलना है तो बोल ही दिया है. और मैथमेटिक्स का छात्र रहा हूँ, मैथमेटिक्स का छात्र अभी भी अपने आप को कहने की कोशिश करता हूँ, यदि भी कुछ अन्य दायित्वों में उलझ चुका हूँ. बायोलॉजी से मेरा पहला कन्फ्रंटेशन, फ्रेंडशिप नहीं है इसलिए कह रहा हूँ, कन्फ्रंटेशन, फर्स्ट कन्फ्रंटेशन. और टीचर आए और उन्होंने लिविंग एंड नॉन लिविंग के बारे में डिस्कशन शुरू किया और कंपेरेटिव टेबल बनाई. छोटे थे, 9th में लिखते तो लिखना था कंपल्सरी, बायोलॉजी पढ़ रहे थे, पढ़ता था, फटाफट लिखते चले गए. टीचर लिख रही है, आप भी लिखो. बहुत सारे 8-10 पॉइंट्स बताए गए. उसमें एक था ग्रोथ, वृद्धि होती है, लिविंग्स में ग्रोथ होती है और नॉन लिविंग्स में ग्रोथ नहीं होती. थोड़ा सा मामला समझ में आया, हम छोटे से बड़े हो रहे. लेकिन उसी दिन दुर्भाग्य से फिजिक्स के टीचर वो थे, वो भी पढ़ा रहे थे, तो उन्होंने सुपर सैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशंस के बारे में समझाया था. तो सुपर सैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन का उन्होंने एक उदाहरण दिया. उन दिनों मिश्री जो है वो बनाई जाती थी धागा लटका के. आजकल वो मिश्री मार्केट में मिलती है, यानी डिजाइनर मिश्री का जमाना है. मिश्री बोलने से वो डिजाइनर मिश्री मिलती है, तो बोलना पड़ता है, नहीं वो दवाई वाली मिश्री चाहिए भाई. तो वो धागे लटका के जाते थे और उन्होंने समझाया कि क्रिस्टल एक सुपर सैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन है, अगर तो उसमें आप एक क्रिस्टल शटर डाल दीजिए और उसके बाद उसके ऊपर और क्रिस्टल्स जमते चले जाएंगे तो ग्रोथ तो उसमें भी हो रही है. ग्रोथ इसमें भी हो रही है. अभी आज सर ने समझा है कि ग्रोथ इसमें हो रही है. दिस इज ऑन द लाइटर नोट्स, राइट, क्योंकि ये जोक है जो चलते ही रहता है. और मैंने चूँकि फील किया कि यार ये बड़ा मुश्किल विषय है, एक तो कार्डेटा नॉन कार्डेटा और पता नहीं क्या क्या चीज़ जो हमारे समझ से ऊपर से निकल गए. अभी भी जो विषय है उसको मुझे पढ़ के देखना पड़ेगा कि है क्या एपिजेनोमिक्स, फंडामेंटल्स, मैकेनिज्म एंड थेरेप्यूटिक्स. थेरेप्यूटिक्स पता नहीं क्या है. ये मेरा विषय भी नहीं है, सो मैं चिंता नहीं कर रहा हूँ कि मैं उस पर क्या बोलूँ. मैं बहरहाल ये जरूर शेयर करना चाहूँगा, इस योर टेक होम, आप क्या घर लेके जाएंगे जब ये कार्यक्रम आपका 10 दिनों का खत्म होगा, जिसमें 4 एक्सपर्ट होंगे. एक एक्सपर्ट आपके साथ 6 दिन बिताएंगे और 6 दिन वाकई बहुत लंबी अवधि होती है किसी भी एक्सपर्ट के करियर के लिए, कि वो 6 दिन अपने लेब से, अपने घर से, अपने परिवार से दूर रह के अननोन पर्सन्स के बीच में कुछ जाकर डिलीवर करके आए. तो फर्स्ट बात ये मैं जो आपके साथ शेयर करना चाहूँगा कि काइंडली शेयर दिस टाइम टू द मैक्सिमम पॉसिबल कैटेगरी. थोड़ा सा पुनः छूट लेना चाहूँगा हमारे प्रोफेसर राय जी से। थोड़ा अध्यापक होने के नाते जजमेंटल भी हो जाते हैं। सो छूट ये लेना चाहूँगा कि जब मैं आया तो मैं थोड़ा सा लेट था और कार्यक्रम शुरू होने के लिए मेरी ही अपेक्षा की जा रही थी कि आप आए और कार्यक्रम शुरू हो, और मैं देखा था कि who is the expert? I cannot see the expert. He was doing something over here. So I could judge that he is a person who believes in doing rather than talking about. And therefore I feel I should stop talking about and avail this opportunity to listen to him. And just one appeal to the students, to the researchers, even to the students of BSc and MSc. Whenever you find time, just come and sit into the last bench, learn, listen to the experts, what they have to say. Within this short span of 5 to 6 days, he will be possibly delivering entire knowledge which he could have achieved in his long journey, so many years together. तो ये जो अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हैं जो ज्ञान की तरफ से आपको मिलती हैं और विश्वविद्यालय आपको जो अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ मुहैया करवा रहा है उनको मिस मत कीजिए। मैं थोड़ा सा इस विश्वविद्यालय का अध्यापक होने के नाते, कुलसचिव होने के नाते और आज एक प्राउड मोमेंट फील कर रहा हूँ जब मैंने मंचस्थ हमारे सहयोगी प्रोफेसर संतोष से पूछा कि ये छात्र तो मुझे आपके विभाग का नज़र नहीं आ रहा जो कैमरा संचालन करने में लगे हुए हैं, तो मुझे जानकारी मिली जीजीवी स्टार्टअप फाउंडेशन के ये छात्र। Sir, we have started foundation. Yes, let's do something by they are studying, and if they possible, they can earn something. So this is one of the initiatives taken by our Vice Chancellor. So I will like to introduce this startup foundation with you, sir. Thanks for coming over here. I will not be listening to you because I will be doing something else. Thank you, sir. Thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable and inspiring address. Your words have truly enriched the spirit of this inaugural session and set the tone for the workshop. The beauty of epigenomics lies in the promise, understanding how the same DNA can orchestrate different fates. With this thought, we now move ahead to the next part of our inauguration program. It is indeed my privilege to introduce our distinguished guest of honor and esteemed resource person for this workshop, Dr. Kunal Rai. He will be with us throughout day 1 to day 6 of this GIAN long-term training course on epigenomics, fundamentals, mechanisms and therapeutics. Dr. Rai began his academic journey at the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, where he completed his bachelor degree. He then moved to the University of Utah, USA, where he earned his PhD in cancer biology at the prestigious Huntsman Cancer Institute. His postdoctoral training took him to 2 world-renowned institutes, first the Huntsman Cancer Institute and later Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, Harvard University. From there, his journey at the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center, Houston began. He has served as an instructor, assistant professor, and today he is a senior scientist in the Department of Genomic Medicine, as well as scientific director of the MDACC Epigenomics Therapy Initiative, a major translation program focused on advancing epigenetics-based cancer therapies. Dr. Rai's research focuses on understanding how the epigenome drives cancer progression and on finding new ways to diagnose and treat cancer. His laboratory uses cutting-edge tools to study chromatin changes and the evolution of tumor cells with the ultimate goal of improving patient outcomes. For his outstanding contribution, Dr. Rai has been honored with several prestigious awards, including the Pathway to Independence Award by the USA, the Kopi and Rao Excellence in Basic Science Award at MD Anderson, and the Young Alumni Achiever Award from IIT Kharagpur. His research has been supported by major national and international agencies such as the National Cancer Institute, Cancer Prevention and Research Institute of Texas, the American Cancer Society, and the Department of Defense USA, among others. He has also received several competitive fellowships during his career, including those from the Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research, Bangalore, the University of Utah, USA, and the Wellcome Trust DBT India Alliance. Dr. Rai holds US patents in the field of cancer biology and has published extensively in the reputed international journals and books. His work is widely cited and he is a regular reviewer of his high-impact journals and global funding agencies. Beyond research, Dr. Rai is a passionate mentor and academic leader. He has guided PhD and MS students, postdoctoral fellows, scientists, and even high school and undergraduate students nurturing talent at every level. At MD Anderson, he has also served in various administrative roles, including Senate and Admission Committee members. He is an active member of international professional societies such as the American Association for Cancer Research and the Human Genome Organization. He has helped organize major scientific meetings, has been a fellow of the Startup Leadership Program in Boston, and is also a co-founder of the Young Alliance Against Cancer. Ladies and gentlemen, we are truly privileged to have with us today a scientist of such caliber, a mentor of great repute, and an academician who continues to inspire through his remarkable journey. With great joy, I invite Dr. Kunal Rai sir to kindly grace the podium and deliver his words of blessing.
Thank you. So, I'm actually not used to doing this a lot in India, so apologies if I do something wrong. So first of all, thank you to Professor Chakraval. I heard a lot of visionary things that he's doing. I'll talk about that in a second. Professor Saxena, Professor Ranavi, Professor Rao, and Professor Mehta. So sorry if its order is off, but that is unfortunately the way it is. Yeah, so of course, I have this excess mitochondrial syndrome, if you will. That's why I keep coming when I'm not invited. So I tell this to my daughter all the time. She's 8 years old and she cannot sit at one place. And I said, yeah, excess number of mitochondria. I think she's got it from me. So, when Professor Ramdev was saying that I was here doing my thing, because I'm always active, I can't sit down and stand at one place. So that's my problem. Anyways, that's me. So, but thank you so much for inviting me here. Santosh, thank you so much. Santosh was a research scientist in my group a couple of years ago, and we had great things going there. I was really unhappy when he decided he's going to come here and actually join. I told him, you really can have a better career than just teaching students, right? But I'm here to help you guys out and see what I can do in the next 6 days. It's an extreme challenge for me because I usually teach 4 hours in a year, and I have to teach 18 hours in 6 days. And I've been telling Ashish and Santosh that, oh my God, this is a nightmare. I was talking to my wife this morning, and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. So I'm awake from 12:30 in the night. So I'm not going to be. I was making my slides for today, and I'll be doing this every day for every night. So this is going to be fun. I also have to do my regular job starting at 6 p.m. onwards. So I have lots of meetings signed up. So we'll see how this goes. So if I'm sleeping in between my own lecture, please don't worry. All right. With that, so it's a privilege to be here. To be honest, right? I'm from Bilaspur. I grew up here. I was here until 1998. Growing up as a kid. They know what goes on in this university. I had a professor who used to live next door to me, and I had a very high regard for him for being a professor at Gurudasidas University. He was very kind and very elegant man, and I was like, wow, how professors look. I'm nowhere near that, of course, as you can tell. But his daughter taught me biology. She was an MSc student, and I was in the 9th grade, and I'll talk about that later in my slides. But I learned my biology and my love for biology from her. So there is a connection somewhere in being here and being able to do. So I was glad to be able to come, and when Santosh said we want to do this GIAN program, I was like, absolutely, I'd love to do this. Right? I'm a horrible teacher, but we'll see how this goes in the next 6 days. I don't think my class, my students in my class, anyways like what I do. So I'm going to try to be better. Right, and we will see how this turns out and end up on Saturday. And that's why I'm running away on Saturday. And actually, I'm very thankful to this last 4 speakers who are going to come and take over after that. Yeah, with that, I'll actually thank, and I'll be speaking a lot, so you guys will be hearing me a lot. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me, and it's a great honor. And of course, a lot of fun. Hopefully, I'll have in the next few days with you guys. Thank you.
thank you very much, sir, for inspiring and thought-provoking address. Your words have not only enlightened us, but also added immense value to the inauguration of this GIAN course. We are truly privileged to have benefited from your insights. We are not prisoners of our DNA. Epigenomics teaches us that lifestyle, environment, and cellular mechanisms can rewire our story. I consider it a great honor to welcome the Honorable Vice Chancellor in charge of Guru Granth Siddhasrama Vishwavidyalaya, Professor Amit Kumar Saxena sir, and invite him to grace the stage with his presidential address.
Good morning, everyone. The dignitary on the stage, Professor Dr. Raghunathan, who is again speaker for the 6 days. Our registrar, Professor Biotech, coordinator of the program, Dr. Sukumari, Professor Anthony, Professor M.C. Rao, who is the local coordinator for GIAN, and successfully has already conducted 9 programs. This is going to be the 10th. Professor Vinvatnanam, Harit Khan sir, the faculty members, all those I'm not able to name everyone, each and every one, but good morning to each one and all to all. Are there some external participants? Outside. Also there.
Yes.
And this is also going online.
Yes.
Okay, so good morning to all offline and online participants of the program. GIAN program will be very precious and very ambitious initiative of Government of India, and you can see by organizing such events, we are able to attend the expert lectures from the eminent scientists, researchers like Professor Kunal Raini. He is so simple and he spoke very little and in a very simple words, but the knowledge is equally depth. We are also fortunate and we are also proud that he has stayed in Glasgow for so many years during 90s. So as I could interact with him within 2-3 minutes. So I understood that he has a very great, vast knowledge, but he sold very little. And that's the sign of great scientists and researchers. About this subject, I am also, like Professor Anjali, I am also with discipline, computer science, professor in computer science, and is still learning and not a very good learner, but slow learning is going on. About the topic epigenomics, fundamentals, mechanisms and therapeutics. Fortunately, actually I am working in the area of machine learning. So one of my papers recently published is the cancer investigation. One journal is there, Taylor and Francis cancer investigation. And the theme is how to detect the cancer at the early stage, Parkinson's disease at the early stage. So nothing to do with the biological part. I am only taking the data and finding out different machine learning algorithms to how to detect, so that the person before the seriousness comes, it is better to diagnose the disease. So still my students are working on that area. So I was very interested and excited also that this is going to be very useful talk during these 6 days. And to my appeal to all the participants, that please do attend these lectures, because this is a very precious opportunity for all of you. How you will see online lecture is one thing, and seeing the expert in front of you gives you more freedom to interact with them. You can see, I think 10% more understanding becomes clear when you attend the lecture in the offline mode. This is my perception. In online, sometimes you also distract yourself by doing some other things, so keeping your video off and audio off, so you.
आप सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. Genes load the gun, but environment pulls the trigger. A powerful way to highlight the role of epigenomics. Carrying this thought forward, let us remember that every successful program is the outcome of collective effort, and it is both graceful and essential to acknowledge those who make it possible. In this spirit, I now have the honor of inviting convener of the course, Dr. D.K. Parihar sir, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Distinguished Vice Chancellor in charge, Professor Amit Saxena, esteemed Registrar, Professor K.S. Ranveer, honored guest of honor, Dr. Kunal Rai, respected heads of the departments, my fellow faculties and participants. It is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion, making the inaugural of our 10 days GIAN program. I, on behalf of the organizing team, express my deepest gratitude to our Vice Chancellor, Professor Alok Chakrawal, in absentia, Chief Guest, Professor Amit Saxena, for kindly consenting to inaugurate the program. Your presence has lent prestige and dignity to our proceedings. To our special guest, Professor K.S. Ranveer, the guest of honor, Dr. Kunal Rai, I thank you for your valuable presence and insightful address. I appreciate the support and encouragement extended by our Dean, Head of the Department, and faculty members in making this program a reality. I also appreciate the help and support of Professor B.S. Murthy, Director IIT Hyderabad, National Coordinator of GIAN, and Professor M.C. Rao, our local coordinator. To all participants, I welcome you and look forward to engage discussion and deliberations over the next 10 days. Thank you all for your participation, and I wish program a grand successful journey.
Thank you very much, sir, for your gracious vote of thanks and for beautifully acknowledging all who contributed to this GIAN course. Before we conclude, let us all stand for the national anthem and pay homage to the pride and glory of our nation.
भारत भाग्य विधाता, पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा, द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा, वृंद हिमाचल यमुना गंगा, उच्छल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ नामे जागे, तव शुभ आशीष मागे, गाहे तब जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
अभी ना इस बार ड्रॉप स्विमिंग करेंगे।
3000 है। ओके ओके ठीक है, एक बार वो देख लो सी कैंप अगर मना कर देता है ना, मे बी लेट्स टॉक अगेन, लेट मी नो व्हाट हैपेंस देन आई विल कॉल यू। सॉरी आई हैव टू टीच दिस कोर्स। ठीक, ओके 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 बाय। स्टार्ट। हाँ ठीक है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं।
Now, we formally commence the academic session of this course. Before this lecture starts, I request Dr. Santosh Kumar to welcome Dr. Kunal Rai with a bouquet. Now, I kindly request Dr. Kunal Rai to kindly deliver the first lecture of the day. Sir, please.
Thank you. As you guys can see, right? I mean, I'm extremely uncomfortable with all things that happen, so not a thing. But please don't mind. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I start with this particular picture all the time, all my presentations. Can you guys tell me what's going on here? Anyone? Huh? DNA is being attacked by scientists. Anybody else? That's okay, we'll have fun, okay? This is going to be a fun, interactive lecture series. It's not going to be like I am speaking and you guys are not, because I have to fill up the time. So we'll do with the, yes, please.
DNA mutation.
Huh?
So I think that DNA is being mutated and is treated
DNA is being mutated and treated by the syringe, okay?
So I think it is some intelligence which is trying to treat the alterations of the DNA, which is trying to treat some of the alterations. So
Okay.
therapeutic intelligence.
Okay, great. Like therapeutic intervention, I like some mutation, something. What else? What else do you guys see? Huh?
epigenomics treated or unwanted desirable changes in DNA.
Unwanted changes in undesirable changes in DNA. Okay, good. What else?
So moreover, it is related to some genetic disorder.
Genetic disorder. Okay. What else? Anyone else? I just want you guys to speak. It's okay. There is no right, wrong answers, right? There is no not. I mean, this is just fun. You guys see a Chinese dragon? No? That's how I introduce it. It's a Chinese nucleosome dragon, and Chinese is just fun part of it. Basically, the mouth of the thing is a nucleosome. Okay. What is a nucleosome? DNA is wrapped around something. Good. Okay. So then we are done for today. We should go home, right? All right. Let's see. What's the next one? So how do I move the slide forward? Do we have a thing? No, not in this. It has to be there, right? No, it's not connected. This is not connected. This is connected. If that was the case, I would do it. I can also do it this way, but do you have a changer, slide changing thing? No. Slide changing जिसपे laser होता है ऐसा कोई भी है?
No sir.
No laser, no nothing, huh?
Manually करना पड़ेगा.
Pointer there next to the.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So the other one.
The other one.
It extends out like a straight.
Oh, this is like boom. Okay. All right. Next time. All right. So we're gonna do this, right? We're gonna do the introductions, guys. All right. So I want, since it's time consuming, we're gonna try to do a few things, right? Your name. Let's go back previously. Sorry. Your name. Your course you are in, right? Where are you from? And what is one interesting thing about you? That's the most difficult question, right? Can you guys think of this? I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. Everybody has to think about this, about themselves, right? Okay, got this? 30 seconds. We're gonna try something else. I don't want you guys to introduce yourself. I want you to introduce your person who's sitting next to you. Okay? So we're gonna give you 1 minute to talk to each other if you don't know each other. You have four things. Each of you is gonna tell that to some other person, and that person then goes on and repeats that. Right? It's good. This is called a buddy introduction. This is just to get everybody to know each other. Okay? We're gonna do this every day, by the way. Every day in the morning, first thing, and I don't want two people sitting next to each other. Today, they should not be the same people. Okay? So that way we get to know the whole classroom. Everybody gets to know each other. It's good? Okay. Let's do it. So 1 minute starts now. Okay, 30 more seconds. Everybody knows everybody else, right? Person on the left has to tell the person on the right. The most important thing is the interesting fact. I don't care about the rest. I'm not going to remember your name or where you come from. All I care about is the interesting fact. Okay, 1 minute over, guys. Ready? Where do we start? Left side, left to right? Okay, we're gonna start there. Or no, let's start from the first row. Okay, you guys, you go ahead. So you're gonna introduce her, and she's gonna introduce you. Okay, got everybody is good? Go ahead.
She's Prachi,
Okay.
and she's pursuing PhD in cancer biology. And interesting fact is she's my classmate. And
Okay,
share same name. I'm also Prachi, she's also Prachi.
that's an interesting one. Okay.
And she's a resident from Bhilai.
Okay.
And the most interesting thing about her is she teaches things with utmost simplicity. Like she made tougher things in a fingertips.
Wonderful. Great. Let's go next. So less than 30 seconds, everyone.
Her name is Prachi. She's doing a PhD. She's my labmate and she's from Bilaspur. And she's very creative and that's the most interesting thing. She's very good at art and everything.
See, that's a boring answer.
But she's very creative.
Huh?
But actually she's very good at paintings and
Okay, one thing. What is she very good at?
art and poetry.
Poetry. Okay, we're gonna hear poetry from Prachi later in the course. All right, good. Please.
Her name is Adya. She's my batchmate. Most interesting thing about her.
I don't know your batch or her batch. So you're gonna tell me what course she's involved in.
Masters. They're pursuing masters per semester. And one most interesting thing about her is whenever she's sad, she writes poems, she reads poems.
Okay. Is that what she told you or you created this about her?
She told me
Okay.
before.
Okay, good. Where are you from?
Tiger.
Okay. Now her.
She is Pavitra. She is from Raipur and she is my batchmate MSc Biotechnology first semester. And the most interesting thing about her is that she is boring.
She is what?
Boring.
Boring. Okay. All right. And guys, when people are saying everybody has to pay attention here, I'm gonna ask randomly people to tell about them, right? Okay? Let's focus. Sorry, I'm a bad teacher, right? I told you guys earlier. Okay. Please go ahead.
So her name is Soumya, and she's my best friend. She's currently pursuing her third year in bachelor's, a 4-year bachelor's. And an interesting fact about her is she started driving when she was in 11th grade, and she's really proud of it. She drives a lot.
Where is she from?
She's from Bilaspur. She's a
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
So his name is Sanil Tiwari. He's from Bilaspur and he's my best friend and he's a really good singer.
All right. We're gonna hear some songs and poetry. Okay. Good. Great. Okay. Go ahead, please. Can't hear you, buddy.
His name is Balaji.
Louder.
His name is Balaji Tirupati.
Girl on the back, the one in the pink. Can you hear him? We're focusing here, guys. Focusing here, okay? All right. You're gonna have to tell his name. Can you tell his name?
His name is Balaji Tirupati.
Okay, good. Please focus here, right? We're just gonna go get to know each other, right? You guys are here for 6 days, right? Okay. So I get to see you guys all the time, no? I want to make sure that I know you guys, or you guys know me at least by the end of it. And each other, that's most important, right? Okay, please go ahead. Yeah.
His name is Balaji Tirupati and he's my best man. He's doing my MSc Biotechnology and he's from Hyderabad and he is a good helpful nature.
It's a boring fact. What else? Okay, alright, go ahead. Next time, the better fact, guys. Come on. And you can't say the same fact that you said today and tomorrow, okay? So 6 different facts everybody needs to have. Please.
My friend is Samashi Mandal.
Okay.
He's from West Bengal. He's currently pursuing MSc Biotech with me.
Okay.
Okay, I like his language. He talks Bengali very fluently.
So that's an interesting fact about him, that you like his language.
Definitely I learn Bengali.
Okay. I am married to a Bengali. I love Bengali.
He's Avinash is from Odisha and he's also pursuing Masters in Biotechnology with me, my batchmate. And interesting that it's like I talk to him because he is very easily to solve.
You talk to him because he can solve your problem. Okay. All right. We need to have better interesting facts, guys. All right. Good. Anybody from outside of Bilaspur? I mean, this university? So there are 2 or 3 of you from outside. 4, 5. Can you guys stand up? Let me just count. Sorry, I'm half blind. So you guys are not from Guru Ghasidas. Good. So I have audience. You guys get my special attention, okay? All right, good. Okay, please go ahead.
I don't have anybody, but I would like to introduce myself. My name is Isha Singh Shyam and I am from Chhatrapati only. One interesting fact about me, I would like to say that sometimes I just got blackout during the lectures.
I will see that for sure. Okay, please.
Her name is Yanati Ojeshwini. She is from Vizianagaram, Andhra Pradesh, and she is currently pursuing BSc 5th semester in biotechnology. And one interesting thing about her is when the thing gets confused, we get the solution from her. And she has a clarity about the facts.
Okay, I want an interesting fact that is out of the classroom. Okay, interesting facts. I mean, that's boring, guys. Come on, we study all the time, right? We're all boring people. So next time, find a fact that is outside of the classroom. Okay, good. Please go ahead. I'm not remembering everybody's name. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe a few, but I keep asking. Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Her name is Chaya Devanga. She is from BSc 5th semester. She is from Durg district. The thing I like about her is she has good leadership qualities, and her assumptions always turn out to be right.
Okay, great.
The person sitting next to me is Jishansh. His name is Jishansh. He is from Raigad, Chhattisgarh. He is currently pursuing bachelor's in biotechnology. One interesting thing about him is that he is good in sports.
Okay, what kind of sport? Don't tell me cricket. Huh? Badminton. Ah, good. Can't hear you.
The person sitting next to me.
My hearing is barely audible hearing, so you have to speak loud.
My buddy's name is Swati Nimje.
Great.
She is my batchmate and we are pursuing 5th semester in bachelor's degree biotechnology.
Good.
And she hails from Glasgow. And one distinct thing that I like about her is she is very helpful in any kind of field, like any outside the class help and also in the notes. And,
Okay. Helpful is not an interesting fact, guys. We all have to be helpful. You don't have to like about it. I want her interesting fact. Right? Okay, just kidding. It's okay. Please go ahead, please.
So my buddy name is Rashmi Yadav. She is pursuing PhD in the field of enzymology, and she is from Korwa, Bilaspur. And one interesting thing about her is she is a selfie mania. Like she is taking selfie every time. Anywhere she can take the selfies.
Awesome. I see this generation doing that all the time. Great. All right, please go ahead. I'm pretty old from that standard.
My buddy name is Sami Joseph. He's from Madhya Pradesh, Chhatarpur, and doing PhD pursuit. And one interesting thing is childish nature.
Childish or childlike? Childlike is a positive word, childish is a negative word.
Childlike.
Childlike is a better word. Okay, great. We go this way, right? Yeah, go ahead.
My buddy's name is Ariti Jaiswal, and she is from Jharkhand, and she is pursuing MSc in biotechnology, and we are from first sem. And one interesting fact about her is she doesn't remember the names of anyone.
That's a good one. Okay.
My buddy's name is Shreya Sivan.
More, louder. Okay. All right, I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
So my buddy's name is Shreya Sivan. She's from Bilaspur. Mustard. And she's doing masters in biotechnology. And one interesting fact about her is that she starts singing in a serious condition.
Awesome. We'll see more singers then. Good. Please go ahead.
So my friend's name is Raika Arshi. We both are doing pre-PhD coursework, and she's from Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh. One interesting thing about her is that she likes to read, but she likes to read the stories that doesn't end well. It's the sad story.
Okay, that's I never heard that. Okay.
My friend's name is Shrija Kaikwad.
Okay.
We both are pursuing PhD coursework. She's from Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh, and I think she's quite chill and fun. And she says that she just told me that she don't like staying at home at all. She just likes to roam around everywhere. And also she sends snaps of whatever we are doing, like every day, every hour.
Wonderful. Google's getting benefited from that. Okay, go ahead. Tomorrow find person next to you, sitting next to you guys, okay? And people, there are 2 seats here. Can you gonna come closer here? Who's taking the class? Come closer. Easier for me to interact. Let's not have this open seats, okay? And again, you can talk anything to me, it's fine. I mean, I'm childlike. I consider myself 25. Okay, please go ahead.
I would like to introduce myself. Myself, Aditya Narayan. I am pursuing Biotech chemistry. I am from Munger, Bihar.
Where in Bihar? Munger. Okay.
One interesting fact about me is good sense of humor.
Self-proclaimed. Okay. We'll hear some stories later. Okay. Go ahead, please. Yeah.
She is my deskmate, and her name is Aruna Singh, and she belongs from Gaya, Bihar. And she is very chill person. And her interesting thing is she can dance with any music, with anywhere.
Oh wow, we have dancers too. So we see dance. Oh, and the last day we should do some dancing here. I'll put music. We'll close the door. Where in MP?
From Katni,
Okay. Okay.
And the interesting part about her, she always in the class. She feels TV in the class.
She sees TV in the class.
She always
Sleeps in. Oh, feels sleep in the class. I do too. Yeah. I like that. Okay. Please go ahead.
My buddy's name is Dhaneshwari, and she is pursuing
PhD in pharmacy, and she's from Bilaspur. And one interesting thing is she cooks food.
That's boring. Food, I mean, come on, we can all cook.
She is Niharika. She is from Rajput, Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh, and her BSc and MSc she has completed from here in Zoology department, and currently she is preparing for GIAN exams. And one interesting thing about her is she is good at dancing.
Dancing, okay, we have more dancers. All right, we really need to dance the last day. Dance in pain. Oh my god, I got 6 days of this epigenetics course. That'll be fun. Okay, come on.
First of all, good afternoon, sir. His name is Yogeshwar Yadav. He is doing his masters in microbiology. He is from Bilaspur. Interesting thing about him is that he is totally extrovert.
बहुत ज़्यादा extrovert है. Okay.
Sir, this is Moishri from Varsa, and we both are pursuing MSc from microbiology, and he is from Rajnandgaon, Chhattisgarh. I find interesting about him is that we both are passionate about bikes and cars, so that makes us common between us. So we are friends of, for the reason.
Okay. Formula 1 racing. Okay, go ahead, please.
So my buddy's name is Neil Dipto. He is pursuing MSc in botany right now. Basically, he is from Hagli, West Bengal. One interesting thing which I came to know in 10 minutes of discussion, that he is a very curious person.
Very?
He is a very curious person.
Curious person.
Yes, sir. Because he is pursuing masters in botany, but right now he is also exploring biotechnology. So what I came to know from my perspective, he is a very curious person.
A scientist has to be curious, guys. Good. Great.
Thank you, sir.
Raj is from the Akola. He's from the Akola, Maharashtra.
Okay.
Now pursuing his PhD in University of Nagpur in pharmacology department. He's under the neuroscience one, and he's also working as a senior fellow in CSIR.
Great. And interesting fact. भूल गए.
Person and very frank person.
Okay. All right. Next.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Sakshi Bajwa, and my friend's name is Shivani Singh. She is from Dantewada, Chhattisgarh, and right now she is pursuing MSc in biotechnology. Interesting things about her is she can drive scooty without even her leg doesn't touch the ground.
We cannot experiment that here, but sure. Okay. We need to take some video. Please make a video. Okay. Great.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Shivani Singh, and my buddy name is Sakshi Bharwat, and she is pursuing masters in biotech, and she is from Bihar. And one interesting thing about her, she can make laugh.
Okay. She can make everyone laugh.
Situation,
Okay.
and she can make good food.
Okay. We'll keep that for tomorrow. One is good enough. Please go ahead.
I'm Om Kumar, and this is Jyotika sir. We both have met here on. We both are research scholars. She is from Odisha, I am from Chhattisgarh. We both have little bit.
So why are you introducing yourself? That's her turn. Let her turn come.
We both have different cultures from Odisha, so we learn things from each other. And the interesting fact about her is she is very clumsy. So
She's very clumsy. Yeah, my daughter says that all the time. She's like, I am clumsy. And she drops everything. Good, I like that. Okay.
He is from Ambikapur, Chhattisgarh. He is doing his PhD in plant tissue culture. And the interesting fact about him is he is very good in chess. I think he is he's a state level or national level chess player. And he's very
Awesome. Need to have a chess game one day. You and me. Okay, good. Go ahead. I can't hear you.
Good afternoon, sir. My batchmate name is Sneha Tiwari. She is Her course is Biotechnology MSc. I don't know much about her because it is my first.
Okay. Well, figure it out afterwards. Okay. I'm gonna ask you after this lecture, next one, when we start the next one. Go ahead. She's confused. That's an interesting fact. Okay. Okay. Let's not be confused. Did you not sleep? Okay. Or it's like the pressure of speaking in front of everyone. Speaking in front of everyone. Come on, guys. You guys are next Gen Z or what? What are you guys? Gen Alpha, Beta? Millennial. Okay. Millennials have to speak up. That's the only thing, right? Okay. All right. Great. Thank you. Next. Yeah.
And he's from Jaipur, and he knows how to edit people. He's very introvert and knows how to talk to girls.
That will serve him well. कोर्स तो बताया नहीं आपने. Go ahead. Man, I gotta take some lessons from you. Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Ashish Patel. He's from Purva and he's pursuing MSc Biotechnology with me. And most interesting fact about him is he's good at dance.
He's good at heart. Dance. Okay. Yeah, we definitely need to have dance. I got that one. That's a message. All right. Cool. Biotech later. Dance first.
Good afternoon, sir. My friend's name is Aparna Baya and she's from Singha, Chhattisgarh, and she's doing Masters in Biotechnology and an interesting fact about she's a good friend of everyone.
Okay. How many names do you know?
So it is my classmate.
Good. Okay.
My friend's name is Vivi. She is currently pursuing MSc Biotechnology. She is from Bhilai, Chhattisgarh only. And one interesting thing about her is she is a donor actually, and she is mostly by herself, which I find interesting.
So you guys are opposite. One is a friend of everybody, she's a loner. Okay. That's why you're next to each other. Cool. Go ahead, please.
I'm Kapil Dev and
Kapil Dev. Man, that must have some burdening on you, huh?
I'm from Sorbhadra, Uttar Pradesh. Currently I'm pursuing MSc Biotechnology. My interest in activities in voluntary.
You are volunteering. Your interest is volunteering. Gariaban. Where is it? No, where is it? What's the nearest city? Where from? You still answer it. Near Radis. I can't hear you. My hearing is really bad.
Sorry sir, but मैं ना हिंदी मीडियम.
हाँ बिल्कुल हिंदी मीडियम में बोलो. मैं हिंदी मीडियम में पढ़ा हूँ. मैं 12वीं तक हिंदी मीडियम में पढ़ा हूँ. कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है.
इसका नाम ना सिस्टर बंदा है और ये उड़ीसा से है. इसका बीएससी ना कर यूनिवर्सिटी से है. आई थिंक राजस्थान यूनिवर्सिटी से है. एंड वो सॉन्ग मतलब कि सर पोएट का सॉन्ग है जो ना पोएट्री करना उसको पसंद है और इसका इंग्लिश मीडियम है. मुझे इंग्लिश में बहुत हाई चाहिए.
Okay.
इंटरेस्ट इतना है कि इसके साथ आगे बढ़ना ऐसे करके. अभी भी पता चला कि लोग क्लासमेट है. मेरा अभी सडनली हुआ यहाँ पे एडमिशन वगैरह तो मैं किसी को जानती नहीं. बट फर्स्ट टाइम है एंड शी इज वेरी गुड.
Good. All right, go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Sneha. I'm friend's name is Bhumi. She is from Uttar Pradesh and currently pursuing masters in biotechnology. And the interesting thing about her is that she is very passionate about science and doing laboratory experiments.
Great.
Good afternoon, sir. My buddy's name is Sneha Sharma and she is pursuing MSc Biotechnology along with me. And one interesting fact about her is like she is very much like travelaholic. She loves traveling.
That's called travelaholic. Travelaholic. What is it called? No, I'm just generally interested.
Very informal word, but yeah.
Okay. Is there a word called travelaholic? No?
Travelaholic.
Sorry. Okay.
Alternate for wanderer.
Okay. Great. I can't hear you. Scream, yaar. Cricket match chal raha hai. Scream.
Good afternoon, sir. My body's name is P.S. Patel. He is pursuing MSc Biotechnology. One interesting thing about this, he can play cricket all the time.
Good afternoon, sir. My buddy name is Sangeet Kumar Satyam, and he is from Champaran, Bihar, and he is very good in cooking. And one more interesting thing about him is that he always hurry in going hostel. I don't know who is waiting there.
He's like me.
My friend is Suman, and he is from Teganwada. He is from Teganwada, and he is.
Where from? Diganwada.
He is good at.
No. What place did you say?
Teganwada.
Tenganwada.
Sir, Manendranagar.
Manendranagar. Okay.
He is good at singing, and he is currently pursuing his masters in biotechnology.
Okay. With fifth singer we got? Okay. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. My friend's name is Sandeep Thakur. He is doing master in microbiology and he is from Khatia, Chhattisgarh. And one interesting thing about him is that he gets offended easily.
Sorry, man. I'm gonna offend you then. I can't hear you.
My buddy's name is Oliver Burko. He is my classmate and he's from West Bengal.
Which batch? What are you doing? Which course? Okay.
He is from West Bengal.
Okay.
He is a
Where in West Bengal? Where in West Bengal? Which city? Okay. And what is the interesting fact?
He is an introvert and he is a good cricket player.
Good cricket player. Okay. I was expecting that to come a lot. That's the first time I'm hearing it. Good. Go ahead.
Good morning, sir. My buddy's name is Supriya Das. She is pursuing MSc in biotechnology. She is from West Bengal. Same school. She is cook very well.
She cooks very good. Okay. If you guys have trouble in English, just happy to speak in Hindi, no problem. Okay. I might mix up Hindi in between my own teaching. I'll try at least. Let's see. Okay. I guess you guys the last, right? Two? Oh, no, there are two. Oh, you guys are not taking the course. But you can tell me your name.
My body name is Aditya Das from West Bengal and she is pursuing.
I don't know. I don't need the name of the state. I need the name of the city. Okay.
And she's pursuing MSc Biotechnology and her interesting she's a totally introvert but sometimes she likes to observe psychology around her.
Okay.
And she also likes chess.
Good. Go ahead.
She is also pursuing masters in biotechnology. One interesting thing about her is that she likes to imagine a lot, negative things a lot,
That's like my wife. Okay, cool. Did we hear everyone out? Right? I don't remember anybody's name. Did you not do? Okay, go ahead.
His name is GIAN and he is my batchmate too. He is currently pursuing BC Gypsum in the biotechnology department. And one thing interesting about him is that he stammers while he is in the nervous situations, like talking to people or in a crowd when he stammers while talking.
Okay. What's his name again? Anand Pal. Ayan Pal. I'm sorry. See, like my hearing is back. Okay. Ayan Pal. Ayan ji. Go ahead.
Her name is Kushi Kumari Mehta. She is from Odisha, Naranpur district, and she speaks quite fast and she has a very good communication skills.
Great. I used to stammer a lot too in my childhood, and I have a student in my lab. He's a research scientist, an amazing research scientist. He also stammers. It's not something that you should ever think. You just have to practice on it, right? And my father used to stammer, and my father, what did he do to get out of it was he would just go ahead and convene programs. He just forced himself, like क्या बोलते हैं संचालक बोलते हैं क्या बोलते हैं आप लोग है ना संचालक. He would just go do it in every single thing. And he became so good at it afterwards. Great skill to have. Don't worry about things that you're born with, right? Okay, cool. What I'm going to do in next 10 minutes is not teach you science, right? I'm going to teach you science a lot. After that lunch, I'll teach you science, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you about myself in next 10 minutes. I just like myself a lot. So I'm going to tell you about myself. The reason why I wanted to do that is recently in University of Illinois Chicago, I was a distinguished speaker for whatever reason, and I was given the task of motivating the PhD students. Okay, so I made a presentation like 10 minutes. I thought, okay, I'll use it here too. Okay, just for the heck of it, because I know you guys just come from here, right? Bilaspur is a small town. I came from here, right? I studied in Saraswati Shishu Mandir. You guys know Saraswati Shishu Mandir? I studied Sanskrit a lot. I studied Sanskriti GIAN a lot, right? Very proud of it. There is no problem. I went to IIT Kharagpur. I was one of the first ones probably from Bilaspur to get selected into IIT. I was 4th ranked in MPPET. Anybody knows MPPET, right? Pre-engineering test, then it used to be MP. Nobody would have ever gotten that kind of rank from Bilaspur. And I'm saying this because I like to boast, of course. But I'm telling you that there is no limits for where you can come from, right? And where you get to, right? I'm not saying I'm doing exceptionally well, but I'm doing fairly well, right? I'm in the #1 cancer hospital, professor in #1 cancer hospital. And I came from right here, right? There was no thing. I grew up, grew up for 10 minutes from here in Nehru Nagar. There's a lot of people know Nehru Nagar. That point, my father made 3,000 rupees a month, and my mother made 10,000 rupees a month. My father was a private school teacher, my mother was a government school teacher. There were times in our lives, in last week of the month, we didn't have money. We didn't have money to buy vegetables, right? This is where I come from. Not to say anything, my parents did a lot of things for us, for being education, just like your parents do, I'm sure, right? I mean, all of you are coming from here. The thing is, take that as a power that you have, okay, and push yourself into something so you can become something, not for the world, for yourself, right? My passion is to do, I want to cure cancer, okay? Big word, curing cancer, not right? Where did it come from? So let me tell you about myself, right? I have a few slides. As I said, I just want to use them slides. So I come from here, Bilaspur, right? Everybody knows Bilaspur now. I like that picture, by the way. It looks very pretty. I mean, real world is probably not that. Okay, so let's go back. See if it. Oh, my slide is deleted from here. So imagine Chui Mui. Do you guys know Chui Mui ka pradha? My love for science came from that. Okay, it was like amazing, right? I touch the thing and it folds. How many things go on inside that millisecond that thing folds, right? If I throw this at you, right? Imagine this. If I throw this at you, what's going to happen? You'll be like, eyes, right? That amazes me. You know, every single interview I do in person, I actually pretend that I'm throwing something at that person. Okay? And everybody goes like, a crazy man, right? I do this just to understand if people have interest. And I start with saying that that's how I get interested in science. I love biology. Okay? I'm an engineer by training. I hate engineering. There's no, I mean, just by pure being me, right? That's me. But I love science. I loved that moment where I saw, oh my God, this was in 9th grade. Okay, I figured, how does that happen, right? Have you ever seen kukur mutta, right? Mushroom grow? It grows like within hours. Have you seen this? Right? In the night, there is nothing there, and in the morning there is a whole plant. Just boggles my mind every time I say it. I'm like, wow, right? Nature's got something. There's so many things like this. I'm sure that interests you. So tomorrow's question is, what is that one fact that interests you? Not about yourself, but about biology, about life around you that you love. I want to hear that, okay? Make it up if you don't have one. But I would like to see that. Okay? Here is where my motivation came from. You see the picture on this slide? It's one of my school seniors, 1 year, 2 year senior to me, challenging me to say, this is in 9th grade. I'm just standing, we're just talking, saying, okay, can you name 40 or something organelles in a cell? How many of you can do that? So I was like, really? What? I don't know, right? I mean, I'm 9th grade. I didn't know what. But I took it as a challenge. And I said, okay, I'm going to go. I went around, read this thing. A month later, I came and said, oh, these are the organelles. Okay? You can do that. I'm just making up 40 is probably not the right thing, but whatever, right? Something. That just got me interested. That just got me interested in thinking, wow, right? Wow, a cell can have so many different things in it. And this is the basic body that actually makes us who we are, right? So to me that was fascinating. I was like, wow. So a plant that goes like that, this that happens, right? And this happened. So in my school, there was a friend who died from leukemia. Okay, a close friend of mine, and I thought, and I didn't see her in the last days, but a friend of mine tells me, that's on top, that this girl wanted, I was telling her father in the end that Papa mujhe bacha lo. This is it. This is what the moment that has changed my life. So for me, that moment, right, of the father not able to do anything for the daughter who's dying, and we not able to do as a society anything for that person, right, is the most sad thing, right? That emotion is what has driven me to be who I am. I want you guys to have an emotion like that, okay? Because we're all emotional people. At the end of the day, people can say whatever, but we all have something that drives us. This is what drove me to do what I do today, okay? So I want you guys to think about what you would want to do. It doesn't have to be what you do now. It can be anything, okay? Have that motivation to build in you and say, okay, I want to do something. So for me, my motivation in life, my passion in life is do something about cancer, okay? This is what my story is. So I went on to do IIT Kharagpur, of course. My parents, I'm going to do biology. I love this. I want to be a doctor because that's how I knew you cure people, right? But my father and mother at that point forced me to put math on my thing rather than biology. You know why? Because at that time there was 258 seats in whole of MP, PMT, pre-medical test, where I used to become doctor. So they were like, there's no way, there's nobody who gets selected, this all out of career ruined. Good, that's what parents should think like, because they want to think about their father, their kids. So I obviously studied, mathematics, right? I got into IIT, and there was no way I was going to. I also got into PMT. I took an additional biology, so I actually got into PMT too, but I couldn't go to being doctor either, because now I got into IIT. You can't get out of this, right? Right? That's the society we live in. This is 1998. Okay, so I said, okay, great. I mean, I'm very proud of being an IIT, and I know this sounds like boasting and all, but I'm very proud of the fact that I went there, from this town, right? There's nobody who goes there. And I'm not saying it for any reason. I'm saying it for you guys when you feel down in your life, right? Don't think of anything, but think of moments where you felt proud of yourselves, because that's what will lift you up to do the next thing. Okay? And I want you to think about this. This is very important, right? Because we go through our lives, there are lots of moments where we fail, right? I mean, I fail all the time, right? I mean, in science we fail all the time. In an experimental science you fail every other day, right? But what gets you go back and going is thinking, okay, what can I do that will make me go back up, and what was it, that moment where I actually succeeded, right? So this is the moment for me that I succeeded, that I was very proud of, right? So I always feel that, okay, if I can do this, I can do that, right? There is no challenge that is less. So I'm doing this philosophical things to you guys right now, but this is important for me to deliver to you, because that's how you will feel how you're going to do. I mean, you can learn epigenetics on a YouTube video any day, right? And I went to IIT and as I said, I hated engineering. I was like, phew, I'm not going to do this, right? But I love science. Science was so inherent in me, right? This is who I was. And a lot of us don't realize, I'm sure many of you are here because you think, oh, this biotechnology has a scope, I'm going to get a job, right? Am I wrong? Most of you are probably here because of that. Most of you didn't think that I love biology, so I want to do this, right? In the process, you start loving it. This came naturally to me. I went to Indian Institute of Science in second year of my thing, 2020, for 2-3 months, and I would work 15 hours a day. I would literally be in the lab all the time. It was just beautiful. Not that I did anything meaningful probably, right? I did some very, very preliminary experiments, but just isolating the DNA was amazing. Cloning a thing was amazing, right? That's how I knew I wanted to do science. So I want you guys to think what you want internally, and that's who, because each one of us is a different person. Each one of us has different, goods or bads, right? We have our own skill set. And I'm sure you hear these dialogues all the time, but this is true, right? If you understand who you are as a person and you figure it out, that would be what will get you to success and make you happy, because success is what? Success is being happy in a 9-to-5 job, right? Because you spend 9-10 hours for that, that's how you earn money. So being happy with what you do is what you should be doing. I love what I do. I wake up at 4, I start working on things, I read papers or do whatever. I have to do like 50 things. I sleep at 10 o'clock, and by the time 11 o'clock, and by the time I'm actually doing science, except the time I give to my kids and my wife, of course. So family, but other than that, I love it. I can do it because I love it. I know a lot of people who don't do it because they're like 4 hours, अरे हो गया यार, 6 बज गया, 5 बज गया, घड़ी देख रहे हैं, right? That's not what you want to do. So try to do at least 5. Not everybody is lucky. I think I'm eternally blessed and lucky to be able to do what I do, but you guys need to find what you are, because if you don't work towards that, you're not going to get there. So think about that. Okay, I went to this place called Huntsman Cancer Institute. Beautiful place, amazing. There's a valley and the institute is on the top of the mountain. It snows all the time and it's beautiful. That's what the picture is. It also is painful at sometimes. You know why? Okay, I'll come that way. So I found my love for epigenetics. My teacher, the first year teacher, was an epigeneticist. Okay, and I'll tell more about his work later on. And this is, you guys understand what is this? Nucleosome. I love nucleosome. This professor of mine was in love with nucleosome. You know, and I got my love from him for about nucleosome from him. I mean, a BTech student, 22 years, 21 years old. What does he know about anything, right? That guy, he's still there. He's an amazing guy. Okay, he made a wooden model of nucleosome, and he wrapped a thing around it, and we'll talk about that in a second, because he was trying to solve the problem of chromatin remodeling, and we'll talk about that a lot on 3 days from today. He's the first one who discovered chromatin remodeler, as he's a PhD student. He used to love it, and that energy was so amazing. Like I just got that energy from it. So the nucleosome is a fundamental molecule that actually makes us who we are in most ways. DNA wrapped around a protein makes sure who you are is who you are. Okay, and we'll talk about that in a later part. Okay, so And I did my first year was tough. My second year I took life easy. I was like, take it easy, right? And I had a lot of fun. But at the end of it, I got a conditional pass on my exam, my preliminary exam. Do you guys know what a preliminary exam is? I know PhD students here, do they go through this? But in US, you have to go through a preliminary exam, meaning you have to pass a viva voce, if you will. You're given a topic that is not your subject, that has to be something out of your subject. You have to choose something from a most recent paper, and you have to defend it. You have to write a proposal creatively on your own, and you defend it. Okay, and I did, but I failed in it, almost. Just I barely made it. If you fail in it, they kick you out of the PhD program. And I was a guy who was always first in class, who was this proud of himself. I did this and that, and I was like, conditional pass. That was something like it was an insult to me, right? I'm sure you guys have had moments where you feel insulted, right? Those moments are actually great, because those moments actually make you work better, right? Harder. And that's what happened to me. I mean, I was ashamed of myself. I was like, how can I get a conditional pass on something where I should have aced it, right? I mean, I aced every single thing in my life. This was it. So don't underestimate anything, right? Don't take anything for granted, and always be humble, because here we are. There is only one certainty: death, right? We all need to know who we are. We are all gonna die. We all have to know there is a nature above us who actually makes us who we are, right? So be humble. Life will come in a lot of ways for you, right? So that was motivating. So what did I do? I didn't want to face people after that. So I was like, okay, let's go to the work. So I went to start doing work on zebrafish embryos. I used to spend hours and hours and hours. I literally then started spending 15 hours in the lab every day. Okay? Being in the zone. Who do you guys know this picture? I'm a big cricket fan, by the way. So a lot of stuff. So do you guys know this picture? Huh? Of course, Virat Kohli. I'm not asking you who this is. Do you guys know what this picture is?
Kohli goes out the ground, goes down the ground. That iconic moment where Kohli hit the six, India versus Pakistan.
Yeah, there you go, man. He's a cricket lover. Kohli versus
India versus Pakistan.
What's his name? The guy, Harris Rauf. He's hitting a six of Harris Rauf in this moment. When people ask him later, how did you do it? It was an amazing shot. I mean, people who know cricket, who play cricket, know this is an amazing shot. He hit a shot right in straight drive on top. And you ask him afterwards, how did you do that? That was a ball that you couldn't hit for six. That was brilliant, right? I mean, I bring this for a reason. The guy said, I was in the zone. He didn't know what else. He didn't know. So if you look at most successful people who do amazing things, right, in life, they will always tell you, you are in the zone. They do what you have to do. Okay, you're just focused on their thing. It's like Arjun's whatever, right? The arc and all of that, right? Okay, that's what you need to be. If you want to be anything in life, you want to be that. Okay, you want to be in the zone. Do your thing. Whatever you're doing, it doesn't have to be in the zone all the time in love of science. That's not needed. But if you do something, be in the zone, right? That's important. I just want you guys to have that moment, because I realized that moment when I was successful in my life, right? This is what happens. I was watching a pianist, like a world's best pianist, do a piano concert. Oh my God, that guy was crazy. It's crazy. He was just looking at his piano. You would see him and be like, you don't know what he's doing, but he was playing what was around him and all of that. He just was there, him and his piano keys. Kohli, he was there, him and the ball, right, and a mission, right? That's what you need to do. Okay, I got 3 papers out of my PhD. I'm telling you because it works. It works eventually. I got 3 first author papers in very good journals in 2 years' time, and I was the fastest ever to do a PhD out of that program. Okay. And my second year sucked. I had 0 result in my second year. 3rd and 4th year. I worked for 2 hard years. Okay, that's what happens if you do work hard. Okay, and then I thought, okay, take risk. Let's do some mechanism of DNA demethylation known. Now we'll talk about DNA methylation later. But DNA methylation, you guys know DNA methylation? Okay. Right, we'll talk about that. There was no mechanism of DNA demethylation. So I said, okay, let's figure it out. Can we do that? I mean, I didn't say it just like that, but of course, I worked towards there. In zebrafish embryos, DNA demethylation, so if we did a slime core study, it happened at 13 hours post-fertilization. I would start injecting the embryos 9 in the morning. By 12 p.m., I was done with injecting embryos. What's 13 hours after that? 1 a.m. in the morning, right? Every day, 80% of my days for next 2 years, I had to go 1 a.m. in the night to collect zebrafish embryos. I had to go next day morning at 9 and 1 a.m. in the night to do this. I did it for 2 years. And it was snow, it will snow, your car is all in snow, and you have to take your car out of snow and do this. This is what I used to do. But it was fun. I loved it, right? It was a thing you could do, and you see the results. And at the end of the day, we found DNA demethylation mechanism. I published a cell paper. Do you guys know what is a cell paper, right? I mean, I was just like, whoa, right? You saw that one. I remember one day I was in the lab at 2 a.m. and I developed my blood and I see demethylation occurring by my enzymes. I was like, whoo, that made my day. I remember the feeling today. Right? I would always remember that. That was a moment of joy, the discovery of something totally new that nobody has ever found, right? Finding that joy is what you do research for. And if you do research, you don't have to do research, but if you do it, that's what you do it for. I found a cell paper. I got another cell paper after that, finishing up, looking at this mechanism in colorectal cancers. And I could have gotten jobs anywhere in my life at that point because I had 2 cell papers. Very few people get that. But I decided, okay, fine, whatever, right? I wanted to come back to India. And I said, okay, I want to find a job in India. So I'm not going to be a professor in US. Life always has other plans, right? I went to Harvard to do something new. And I went to this Broad Institute. I don't know if you guys know of Broad Institute. Broad Institute is one of the most spectacular genomics institute in the world. It is not the, everybody will say it is the, okay? And I went to Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. It is in Harvard, MIT combination. It was brilliant. Loved my days. Loved to do something totally new. Lots of cool things. If I wanted to, I could have stayed there and I got a new job, right? I didn't do that. I wanted to find something new, more interesting and fun to do. Not more interesting, but just another thing. Just challenging myself. Can I succeed in something that is not thing? Because I was always in Utah, right? I was always in this one lab and I was working. But could I subject myself to a new environment, a very tough environment? Harvard is amazingly tough, okay? And succeed. We do that, and I did that. We did it. So we went on. This is my career post PhD. Obviously I've done fairly well for myself after that. But I became a faculty in MD Anderson. I tried to come back to India. Nobody will take me. So, but that was different story. But that's how I became. But I am saying all of this, guys. But what do I wake up every day and I think about who am I, right? Just have to come down to reality of life and think, who am I? I have a Nobel Prize winner who is my colleague, okay? So I'm nobody, right, in front of the person like that. So there are many faculty like me. There are 400 faculty at MD Anderson. There are 400 faculty in Guru Ghazi That's University. I was told yesterday. I'm just an average Joe scientist. So I consider myself being that. But you need many of us to be able to fulfill the dream of that girl, not dying of cancer, okay? So that's what we need to do. This is what is reminded to me every day by people who are around us. At our institute, we think always about, there is a line of patients right outside the clinic who are coming every day to clinic. Have you guys ever been to Tata Memorial Hospital in Mumbai? Have you guys ever been to a cancer hospital? You see the lines, you see the people. My father died 2 months ago of lung cancer. I was here in MD here, and I was in Raipur for 3 months with him. I see every day I would come out and see patients like who are just lots of head and neck cancer, lots of breast cancer, lots of lung cancer. My father was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer on March 28. Okay, me being at the best cancer hospital in the world couldn't do a shit. Okay, nothing. Right? That's life. That's where we are today. We can't save people out of cancer. So, having all that boasted myself, life comes to you and says, okay, you think you are too much? Here you go, right? basically what we need to do all together, guys, all together, right? Not just you, not just everybody, no difference, no Hindu, no Muslim, no. I want you to know that you have the power within yourself. Be humble. Think of the humanity, think of the lives around you. How many people can you cure? How many people you can feed? There are lots of people who die just because they can't get food, right? Plant biotechnologists here in the thing, right? We together as scientists, together as people, need to work towards bigger cause, bigger things in life. No India, Pakistan, no Russia, Ukraine, right? No Israel, Gaza. We need to work towards curing human diseases, human suffering. That's the message I want to give you, and we'll start the class after the lunch. Okay? All right? Now, I want to do this because this is important for us as people, as scientists, to work towards. Okay? I can come and give you any lecture. That's not a big deal. Okay? And I will do that. I mean, what I can tell you, I'm a horrible teacher, but I want you to show that you understand this is what we work for. This is what we work for. Okay? It is not for money. I don't work for money. I mean, I make money, whatever. It doesn't matter. You don't work for money. Money is something essential. You'll get it. You'll do something. Money is secondary, human created. You know why I hated engineering? It was very simple. Because the complexity of a human body just beat any kind of engineering shit we do every day, right? It was like, whew, this is easy. Make a cell for me, right? Because what a cell does in the beginning, at the end of the day, is way more complicated, right? Than, so that's why start, like if I tell you this, remember the Chui Mui guy, right? We can't figure out how does it work. Can I make a Chui Mui tomorrow by myself? No way, right? So I'm no engineer, right, if I can't do that. So that's why we need to do what we need to do, right? I mean, every job is important, of course. Every damn person's job is important as well. But you as a scientist, you as researchers, you as MSc students, it's important for you to think, what, with my intellect, and you guys are all very smart, I'm sure, right? And my intellect and my time, what can I do to make suffering go away from the planet? Okay? All right. Thank you. We'll do the epigenetics after this. So I have two big presentations, but I think we have time from 2 o'clock or 2:30, right? What is it? 2 o'clock, 2 to 3:30, and then another one 3:30 to 5. 2 to 3:30, right? Okay. Let's do 2 o'clock. Good. Any questions? There shouldn't be any questions on this, huh? Cool. And next class we start. This is my first slide. Oh man, only if I can put my first slide. Okay. I want you guys to come and interact with me. I don't want to be speaking to the what is it called? What plant is that? Cactuses. Okay? Good. All right. Anything else? We can decide, we can go for lunch, right? Cool. Tomorrow morning, guys, something different, okay? Your biological question. I bet you I don't remember anybody's name except these two girls' name, Prachi and Prachi. That's all. But tomorrow I'll try. मेरा है क्या? ये पानी मेरा है क्या? नहीं पता नहीं, यहाँ पे था शायद. ठीक है, मैं दूसरा लेता हूँ, कोई बात नहीं. ब्रेक दे दिया.
ये एक घंटे का नहीं, इसमें 2 घंटे का। एक और दूसरा प्रेजेंटेशन दे दे, वो एक्सटेंड
ये इसे फॉर्मेट मार और दूसरा पेन ड्राइव उसमें नो रग इधर इसमें कोई काम का चीज़ नहीं पेन ड्राइव में
और बाकी वो अंदर का बात
ले बाइक करो स्ट्रीमिंग स्टार्ट हो गई क्या नाम से USB आई फॉर्मेट में पेन ड्राइव फॉर्मेट देख लो भाई पहले देख लो वहाँ पर ऑलरेडी डाला हुआ कुछ मैं एक फोल्डर नहीं बनाया इसलिए मेरे PPT डालूंगा
Okay. Alright, we'll just start here. So I want you guys to call me Kunal, okay? I don't want you to call me
Right and space. Right.
I feel too old for very young.
Format.
Right?
You can do it 3.2 to 2.2.
When you ask me questions, call me Kunal.
Start.
That's how the culture is, where we live. And that's the culture because it allows you to be on the same plane somewhat. Right? You're a scientist, I'm a scientist, I can make mistakes. If I know anything, I'll answer. If I don't know anything, I'll try to get something. Okay? But I want you guys to ask questions. So don't be the cactus. Alright? Alright. What is this? Really? What else? Speak loudly, guys.
Audio problem है हमरा audio problem mic
Lovely. Patches. What kind of patches? Have you seen anybody like this? Okay. Have you seen anybody who has one brown and one blue eye? Who?
उसको ज़्यादा ये मत करो PPT हो गया था इस टेस्टर में मत कर
Not in real life. So
इसको
that's called heterochromia.
इसको सेट करते हैं
A specific breed of dogs called Siberian Husky.
पीछे से हटा तो नहीं गया उसको
Right? Some individuals has that too. It's actually fairly recently not bad. 6 out of 10 under cover.
सर वाला रिकॉर्डिंग ऑन कर
Why am I showing you this? What has this got to do with epigenetics?
तो उसके बाद जो करना है यहाँ लॉगिन करना होगा तो पूरा ईमेल ब्राउज़र कंप्लीट
No? Okay, let's roll on. What is this? Why am I showing you this section? Huh?
देखो चेंज कर
Okay, what is this? Okay, please. Why am I showing you this picture? One person, come on. You guys can speak. मेरे को रीजन नहीं चाहिए क्या है ये genetically modified corn. Okay. This is a naturally occurring corn. Okay. Why am I showing you this? Okay, good, of course. How is it related to the previous one? Huh?
That was also related to color.
Related to color. Okay. There we go. Variable expression of things. That's what I'm showing you this. What is this? I have been missing people. There were a lot more people the last time. They went to sleep. Good food, sleep, afternoon. Man, I've been awake from 12:30, so I can sleep. What is this?
दूसरे माइक को भी देख लो कनेक्ट
Here on the earlobe. Okay, that's a wrong answer. No कौन बनेगा करोड़पति for tonight. Drosophila. Good. Why am I showing you this? Do you see any difference between the two eyes? Can we switch the slide on?
Now you see the difference in color. What's the difference? Okay. So eye of the same Drosophila or two different? What is Drosophila? How many people did not know that? You can raise your hand. It's okay. Nobody's gonna beat you up. Okay. And what is this? Vitiligo-like condition. There is no vitiligo here.
UV exposure, sunburn.
UV exposure. Okay. Anybody else? First of all, are these the same woman or two different women? All wrong. These are two different women. Why do they look identical? Twins? What kind of twins? Identical twins. What is the most scientific name for them? Monozygotic twins. Why did I show you these four pictures? Same set of chromosomes. Is that true? What's a monozygotic twin? Somebody stand up and answer that question. Who wants to stand up? Who likes to stand up? Come on, sir. One of you. What is a monozygotic twin? नाम होने से याद आने से क्या फर्क पड़ता है? कि दोनों में नहीं नहीं? Yeah. That's right. One zygote makes two babies. That's monozygotic. Why am I talking about it? I mean, of course, this is an epigenetics class, so this is all that's related to be epigenetics. No? That's a boring answer. Why am I talking about these? Anyone? Why am I showing you monozygotic twins in the end? Okay. How is this related to this? How is that related to this? And how is that related to the first picture I showed you? Okay, guys, come on. It's an exam. You guys have all cleared. Some of you have cleared. Some national level exam are here.
Since it's of chromosome present in both cases, both axes of twins, but the other expression is different.
What do you mean by expression? Phenotype. What does phenotype mean? One person. Physical appearance or trait. You guys read books. What does it mean?
Phenotype simply means that condition is a little bit similar to that particular condition, but it is not exactly same.
Not really.
Whatever we can see. It's a visible
Phenotype is
Our behavior.
the behavior. How a trait expresses itself, right? What do you see? Right? Somebody has black color, somebody has hair, somebody has brown hair, somebody has gray hair. It's a trait, right? It's a trait expression. You see a phenotype, right? Phenotype. Okay, what did we see in 4 pictures? Come on, I want you to tell me systematically. I think you guys get it. So you have 4 different phenotypes. No, that's not correct. In this picture, how many phenotypes are there?
So correction, disconnection, all
What's the phenotype? Okay. The color of this is different than the color of the next. Oh, this is touchscreen. Okay. The color of this cell is different than the color of the next cell. So there are how many phenotypes? 2. Color is a trait. Right? There are 2 different traits. You have 2 different phenotypes in the same eye that has the same DNA. Right? Not chromosome, same DNA. Right? What is DNA, guys? Is it a genetic material or is it something else? It is deoxyribonucleic acid, right? Genetic material is the second property. It's a deoxyribonucleic acid, right? Why do we talk about deoxyribonucleic acid? Is it the same DNA? In each of those bonds there is the same DNA, right? But this guy is yellow, this is blue, this is pink, this is orange, this is whatever. Right? This has same DNA, same Drosophila, 2 different colors. Same DNA, 2 different things. Okay? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about expression of a different phenotype from the same DNA. That's called epigenetics. Right? That's where epigenetics comes into play. How are 2 different phenotypes created if every single cell has the same DNA? Ooh, very simple thing. Have you ever wondered? This was another funny thing that I always wondered growing up. When I came to know what was the genome. In each of you, there is the same DNA, right? Why is your eye a eye? Why is your leg a leg? Why is your skin a skin? Why is your intestine? Why is your stomach a stomach? Isn't it? Same DNA is everywhere, no? Similar is not same. Is it similar or is it same? Not the same. Not the same. There is some genetic variation. How many people agree that all your organs don't have same DNA? Meaning same DNA sequence. How many people? Raise your hand. How many people think they have same DNA?
Default.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Digital audio interface marketing.
Are you sure? Have you ever imagined DNA? Okay, how does it look? Helical, up and down. That's DNA. Is there more to it? What is genome? Let's talk about genome for a second. Haploid set of genes. DNA. Anybody else? What is genome? Complete set of genetic information. What does it have to do with DNA? How is genome and DNA related? Okay, I think you guys are confused. Or I'm confused. What is genome versus DNA? Versus genes. Somebody say collection of genes.
DNA is some portion which is express करने वाला जो gene है.
This is why you guys are not imagining this. You guys are not imagining genes. You guys are not imagining genes. Am I challenging you? Correct me if you're wrong. No, because I know what is gene. What's the DNA and what's the genome?
DNA part, like DNA is part, but genome is the complete set. DNA is the basic unit that will convert into RNA, like code protein.
मैं पूछ रहा हूँ RNA के बारे में पूछ रहा हूँ. बात हो रही है सिंपल DNA, genome, gene. किसका फंडा क्लियर है? Okay, DNA is part of genome. Okay.
जब भी जीन की बात करते हैं तो जीन एक यूनिट है हेरिडिटी.
Okay.
सर जीनोम जो होता है वो पूरा कोडिंग एंड नॉन कोडिंग सब रहता है, बट जीन की बात करें तो पर्टिकुलर कोडेड रीजन कोडेड.
Okay. I need to teach you guys genome and genome before I teach you guys genome. Okay. What should I do? Okay, is this clear? What is on the screen? What is clear?
रिसीवर को एक बार बंद करके चालू करना.
फिर क्या हुआ? फिर क्या हुआ? दो चीजों फर्टिलाइज हुआ, जाइगोट बना है, जाइगोट से आदमी बन गया. आदमी में डिफरेंट ऑर्गन्स हैं. Why was I showing you this one? Each organ developed from the same DNA, same zygote, right? That's why I was showing you this. But you guys don't agree with me, right? You guys think there is different DNA and different. Huh? एक आपके अंदर एक ही डीएनए है सबके अंदर, राइट? आपकी आईज में सेम डीएनए है, एग्जैक्ट सेम डीएनए है जो कि आपके स्किन में. श्योर? 100%. Who thinks it's not?
अलग अलग एरिया का जो फंक्शन है वो अलग है. जैसे उसका फंक्शन आई के लिए अलग हो सकता है, स्टमक के लिए अलग हो सकता है, बट ये तो सेम ही है.
DNA same है. How does the same DNA then make an eye, and how does the same DNA make a skin?
कोडेड एरिया आई के केस में एक्सप्रेस करते हैं, स्किन के केस में यूक्रोमैटिन.
बहुत good question. लेकिन बुक में समझते नहीं हैं. Genome, gene, and DNA. Let's go back to it.
The zygote gets divided and get differentiated to and adapt to different organs.
मैं वो क्वेश्चन पूछ ही नहीं रहा हूँ. आप लोग ज़्यादा बुक पढ़ते हो, मैं ज़्यादा पढ़ते हो. That's the problem. Let's think simplistic. I want you to imagine. Imagine a cell. Imagine DNA. What do you imagine? Let me hear out your imagination. Imagine DNA in a cell. Tell me what you see. Close your eyes. Let's do some pranayam and think about this. Right? Close your eyes. Great. Okay, what else? What does DNA look like? Chromosome is what you said. Chromosome. How it is likely that the cell में मैं imagine करूँगा nucleus will have chromosomes in it. How many of you think that's true? That's not true? What kind of what? What point of cell division we are talking about? Do you see chromosomes all the time? When do you see it? When, how many cells, if you took a spread of 10,000 cells, how many cells will be in metaphase? 10 to 15. If I took, let's say, your skin cells, right? And I took 10,000 cells, put it on a in a slide, and I looked at it, right? DNA stained them, and I say, okay, I want to see how many are in metaphase. How many? What percent would be metaphase? When more than 50%.
They are all mature cells, so they won't show phase.
More answer. Mature cells won't show metaphase, right? But a proliferating will cell show. But how many cells will be proliferating in an adult?
Mature, what do you call it?
2%.
Very small percent.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So why am I imagining a metaphase cell when it's only 1%? Why am I not imagining 99 cells? How do they look like? Do you guys get where I'm going with this? No. You have knowledge, theoretical knowledge. Chromosome, 46 chromosomes. That is DNA. Is it really like that? Most cells are in something called interphase, right? sure than other hand. They're पूरा sure तो ऊपर है. एकदम ऊपर. I want to see. I can't count the letters. You guys are unsure, right? Half of you are unsure. Half of you are sure. The gene has to code for the polypeptide. Incorrect. Genes don't have missing coding. Gene code for
The one gene wants polypeptide.
the gene can code for RNA, non-coding RNA. Right? Still transcribing, madam, not translating. Okay? You get the difference, right? Okay. There are around 23,000, exact number human genes that code for polypeptides. In fact, people think there are a lot more than that because there is a small peptide that are there is a whole area of meters which is called dark protein or if you will. So, how many genes are there? About 23,000. Right? That are protein coding. There are several 100,000 more that code for RNA, Does that equate to 6.6 billion? Yes or no? How many people think yes? I'm raising my hand. No? Most of you think no. Okay. Why? Why no? Much non-coding sequence in the stuff. Okay? People think that is true. Does everybody think that is true? How many of you are sleeping? Nobody is sleeping? Come on, by now some of you will be sleeping. Okay. Alright. Not all the whole DNA codes for genes. Only about 2% of your genome really codes for genes. Protein genes. But there's a lot of transcription that goes on. What is our transcription? So I'm going to be running out of my system. Actually, a large part of our genome gets transcribed. Did you know that? Good. Okay, why am I showing you this picture of two beautiful chubby kids? What are they? Bye now, you should do it. What? I'm sorry, louder. Should I ask somebody? Okay, somebody in the back, tell me. Why am I showing you this picture? If you're paying attention, I ran through this slide earlier. You know what I'm going to show you next. Why am I showing you this picture? Come on, guys. Okay, monozygotic. Sorry, what's your name? Salilji. Let me ask these guys, okay? Because you guys are smart. On the front desk. On the back, behind us, they're like thinking, should I sleep or should I sleep? Why am I showing you this? Guys, I came from US. I woke up at 12:30. I want you guys to be awake. Okay? If you're gonna be in the class, be awake. Okay? I'm fast teacher. Why am I showing you this? What are they? Come on. Monozygotic twins, right? Beautiful monozygotic twins. Do they look British? English? Do they look American? From Norway? Let's have some fun. Where are they from? India? What does he have? He has a condition. It's written on the book slide, guys. One has neurofibromatosis and the other does not, but both carry the same mutation. They actually both inherited a mutation in a gene called NF1, neurofibromatosis 1. But one of them exhibited the phenotype, the other one did not. You see how he looks? Huh? He's a famous British actor actually. You can read his interviews on YouTube. This guy has a condition called neurofibromatosis. He developed this, the other guy didn't develop it. They were both monozygotic twins. Why am I showing you this picture? So that you can have nightmares.
सिस्टम में
right?
देखते बनेगा इसमें.
No, not nightmares. I want you to know this because this is not just about us, normal people. This has a clear indication in disease settings. That's a very drastic example because NF1 patients actually exhibit those. Have you guys seen any of those in real life? I have seen several of them. They look ugly, right? No? Okay. Don't judge people by looks. Yeah, but this guy, I studied this in my lab. We actually studied the cancers in such patients. It's called NF1 mutant disease. They get a lot. They have excessive proliferative disorder because NF1 gene, when it's lost, induces a proliferative signal. Okay? But one gene is expressed, one it's not, because likely one had epigenetic expression of it, one did not have an expression of it, if you will. But actually the other guy also developed it late in life. But he didn't develop it in his external organs. So but nonetheless, the point is, even if you have the same DNA, you exhibit different phenotypes, and those phenotypes have implications in disease setting. If you cure this gene or its epigenetic mutation, you can save those patients. You can have a very good life of them, right? Does it motivate you to do something about this? Yes. Good. It's a rare condition, but it does happen. Okay. So that's epigenetics for you. That's my introduction to epigenetics for you. Did you get it? Okay. Good. So now this is fun stuff, bookish stuff. Epigenetics refers to the processes that can explain different phenotypes given the same genotype. That's epigenetics, right? I'm sure you've read this in the drama. I didn't want you to not have any sort of confusions in your life about genome, genes, non-coding genes, non-coding stuff, etc., etc. You don't have to write it. I'll send you the slide. You can have the slide. Epigenome means on the genome. Epi means on, right? What does that mean? What does the sentence mean? What is genome again? My whole thing is just wasted, guys. What is genome? Come on, one of you, stand up. Tell me what is genome.
The whole DNA sequence.
The whole DNA sequence in a cell. That's genome. How big is our genome? We are good in math, guys. Indians are good in math. 6.6 billion, right? Okay. Okay. The other major part of epigenetics is the other word. Epigenetics. What does genetics mean? Heritability. Genetics refers to heritability, right? Genetics means something that is passed down from the mother to the daughter to the granddaughter and all your jewelries, for example. That's heritable, right? So most interesting thing about epigenetics is it's on the DNA, but it's still heritable. I know my DNA gets replicated, I can get the next DNA, next my daughter will get my DNA because we have replication. Right? I'm not going to teach you replication, guys. You guys ever tell me what replication means? DNA double. No frontline answers, actually answers from the back. What does DNA replication mean? Sorry, what's your name? Yeah. Vidhi. You want to tell me what is replication? There is no wrong answers, it's okay. What does replication mean? Yes. Duplication. Duplication of DNA. Okay. Anybody else? What's replication? Duplication. So you agree with Vidhi, right? Okay. So DNA gets duplicated, right? How does it get duplicated? Okay, again, I mean, loud answers, one clear from the back. How does the DNA get duplicated? Sorry, what is that?
It is the design, just like the detailed isomer, like
Don't throw words at people, right? Don't throw words at things. You guys know something. Express it. Express your feelings, your knowledge. I'm not going to judge you. So, explain in sentences what. Okay? Why am I showing you this paper? Can anybody guess? I don't expect you to, but you can. That's great. Okay, Mr. Waddington, Dr. Waddington, in 1942, said a word called epiphenotype. That's where epigenetics was born, apparently. Okay? He uses this to say, this paper describes for the first time something called epiphenotype. So he says, there must be something more than just DNA to make what we make. Why should I have an eye and a skin and a neuron should be different phenotypes? Because an epiphenotype in 1942. Okay? Many years ago. A smart guy, right? That's why he's discussed today. If you made a discovery like that, it would be discussed for 100 years. That's what I was selling before lunch. Right? That's what we live for. Not to make the biggest bungalow next to the sea. Right? Okay. That's Mr. Waddington, Conrad Waddington. In 1957 then, how many years later? 15 years later. He comes up with these diagrams. Okay? It says epigenetics is the branch of biology which studies the causal interactions between genes and their products, which bring the phenotype into being. A very heavy word. What does it mean? Does anybody know? Read it again and again and again. English का मतलब क्या है? English लोग थोड़ा ज़्यादा difficult English लिखते हैं. He was from University of Cambridge. English people want to speak a little bit more English. So. Did you get it? No. What is he saying? You get it, and what's he saying?
Protein and gene interaction bring the phenotypes.
It says causal interactions between gene and the products, proteins. Was he wrong? How many people think he was wrong? I put my hand up. I just explained to you a little while ago why he was wrong. It's not wrong, but it's slightly wrong. It doesn't have the product of any proteins. Protein products is iron, right? Into which phenotype is B. And he is right in thinking that proteins make the phenotype. Is he right though? Does proteins equal to phenotype? Sure?
No. Because all DNAs are not encoded.
All DNAs are non-encoded proteins. But does a non-coding DNA make phenotype?
Possible because it.
Huh?
Possible because that's how the epigenetic.
But if every effect of epigenetics went through the product, then it did actually, he was right. Right? How many people now think he was right? Yeah, come on, let's be reasonable. Let's reason with this. Okay? Let's reason with this. Is he right? This has nothing to do with the class, but I just want you to have fun. Is he right? How many people think he's right? What would it be to make him not right? What would have to happen in an experiment? We talked about several things, right? We talked about genes, protein coding genes, non-coding, which make non-coding happen. So then I'm giving a hint. What does it have to happen for him to be not right?
Yes, so it's the same coding proteins, but solely the expression of the gene is different. And you can say that even though the proteins that are being expressed are the same, but the phenotype is different. So that's why it's somewhat
right.
Somewhat incorrect.
Somewhat incorrect. Can anybody else guess? Yes. Salil is sort of right, but not entirely. I would actually want to hear something else. दिमाग लगा रहे हैं? Come on. Not all genes code for proteins. There are non-coding genes that make non-coding RNA. Now, what's the next step? So if the non-coding RNAs make the phenotype happen, then he was not right in that sense, technically. Right? That's what I want to do. Okay. Why is he showing you a ball on a dirty looking mountain? Why is this picture significant? This is a very classic epigenetic picture. Can anybody guess?
All being the actual protein sequences which are being expressed, and the mountains or whatever, that is what is affecting its expression. So even though the whole thing is the same, but it might go into different expressions.
Okay. The idea is somewhat correct, but okay. Anybody else? I like your enthusiasm. Who else? Come on, guys, you can speak up. You all know how to speak English or Hindi. You can speak Bangla too, I'm fine with that. I understand Bangla, don't worry. Come on, something, give me something. Alright. He's showing a cell. Okay, let's go back to now. Okay, that's the figure 4 of his paper. Do you guys read papers by the way? How many papers a week? 0. 0. Most of you 0. Point 1 is a valid answer. Point 1. Okay. How many papers a month? One paper a month. How many of you?
At your age, in your coursework, in US, everyone reads at least 2 to 3 papers a week. What should you do from tomorrow onwards? Read papers, guys. You need to learn to read papers. You don't read papers, you don't get the latest knowledge. Reading a book and remembering the thing from the book is not equal to knowledge. We just proved it, right? A little while ago. Okay? Please understand. First of all, imagine when you read a sentence. Imagine what it means in real life. Especially by life. And then 2, read papers. This is the latest knowledge. Otherwise you're not going to do a curiosity. Okay, anyway, sorry. That was the left was the figure from his paper. He's trying to show you a genetic landscape of itself. And on the right side, I took a picture from Google that explains what I would like to tell you. I'm sorry, I'm lazy, I don't do drugs and I get stuff from Google. So that's a cell. What's a totipotent cell? Yeah, you guys read books. Okay. Totipotent, somebody who is that? What is it? How is it different from a pluripotent cell? Pluripotent cell differentiates only into an organ. Are you sure? And totipotent cells above pluripotent cells. Right? Just because the picture shows that? No, it doesn't matter. English people make English names, doesn't matter. They are all potent, they can make a lot of cycles. Right? Okay, why am I showing you this? Why do I want to show you this? I'm talking epigenetics. Why do I want to show you this? It's not a class where I will just blur information to you guys and you just read it and say, okay, fine, लिख लिया, हो गया, याद कर लिया, ऐसा नहीं होता. That's not how I'm going to teach you. Even if I teach you only 10 slides, I might make sure that you understand what I'm saying. Okay? Why am I showing you the right side? Huh? That one cell has different page. Good job. Why am I showing you different page?
Because same gene can take out any.
We saw that. We talked about that. Good job. Only smart people in the front. Guys, on the back. I need answers from you, okay? You guys are great. Thank you. I want people come back to also speak. But please keep engaging. But you guys need to engage, okay? Otherwise there's no point. You can have a bed outside for you guys. You don't need it there. Are you guys getting what I'm trying to show, by the way? People in the back. Who's not getting? You can say you're not getting. I will completely understand I'm not speaking your language and I will speak. I will try. But I need to make sure everybody gets it. Does everybody get it? He'll go back 10 minutes behind and he'll explain every damn thing he said to the whole class. He'll show the diagram got what he was saying. Right? I want to make sure you guys get what I'm trying to say, okay? So please don't look at me blankly. I want to see what you get. If you don't get it, say, "But no, I don't get it, man. What are you saying?" That's okay, all right? Can you, please? Okay, I need that. Otherwise, I'll make you guys dance. All right? Okay. Everybody should have had spoken at least once. Not in your intro, of course. Right? Okay. We're talking about this because we're talking about epigenetics. Epigenetics is same DNA, different phenotypes, all goes to different phenotypes. A pluripotent cell can take many phenotypes, a pluripotent can say 3 out of 5, right? Whatever. But basically, he's talking about a cell taking a different kinds of phenotypes because of the bottom of this. Why is he drawing mountains? Why? Huh?
I think to take the potential, more potential.
What is potential mean?
Expression.
Anybody else? Why is he showing mountains? Those are not correct answers. Huh? Expression cable can be defined by high, low and up. Mountain and troughs.
Then what is the cross and valley? What was it? Crest and trough. Sorry, my English is not good. Crest and trough. Okay, crest and trough. Why is it showing crest and trough? Why? That's not the right answer. The expression is not the right answer. What is he going to show you? No. What's a cross crest and a cross difference? Come on, you're science students, right? PhDs, MScs, right? What is the life driven by? What is the life in this planet driven by? Energy. Somebody said energy. Energy is the right answer. Why is energy? What is it trying to show you? Energy and entropy. Have you heard of energy and entropy? Yes. Good. You did your bachelor's, right? All of you? We heard energy and entropy in maybe 9th grade. Energy is driven in this world by energy and entropy. We want to minimize the energy and maximize the entropy. Is that correct? That's the second law of thermodynamics or something like that? I don't know. Right? He's trying to show you energy. He's trying to show you that this is difficult to overcome, right? So if I exhibit a phenotype E, I'm not going to go back and maintain it. Can my retinal cell go on and make my intestines? No, sir. You can actually. Did you know that? It can be forced to be. We'll talk about that later in the season. 6-day season we have. Okay. Alright, so what was he trying to show you? He was trying to show you that as you go down, you get into different paths. Different paths contain different energy equilibrium, right? And that's where you get the phenotype. The two phenotypes that are terminally differentiated cells, if you will not exhibit, will not go back. Your retinal cell stage will not be not in normal circumstances. But they can be forced to recover, but to overcome that barrier. Now he has this figure 5 in this paper. What is he showing us? ये पेपर तुम लोग नहीं कर पाओगे तो फिर मैं आगे तुम लोग रियल डेटा के साथ पेपर दिखाऊंगा तो क्या होगा? Which I intend to, by the way, tomorrow onwards. But if you guys don't read papers, it's a worthless exercise. Okay, what is he showing? Very dirty looking figure. I'm sorry, 1957. People didn't have Adobe Photoshop. They were just making what they could. He's trying to depict something. He's trying to show that underneath that thing, there are तंबू किससे काटते हैं हम? कैसे काटते हैं? होते हैं उसमें काटते हैं. Why is it showing me that? Related to the previous figure, figure 4, figure 5, related to the figure 4.
That multiple epigenetic variations can combine and lead to
one phenotype. Okay? That's a good answer. Good bookish answer. I would like to know a layman's answer. You understand what the layman's term? जाके बाकी दाल सब्जी वालों को सिखाना होता है
जो एनर्जी चेंजेस है वो किसी फीचर को डिफाइन कर रहा है नीचे
जो एनर्जी फिगर 1 है वो एक है एपिजिनोड मतलब एक से फिगर 1 को बता रहा है और दो कंबाइन करके फिगर को जब मल्टीपल कंबाइन कर रहे हैं तो डिफरेंट एपिजिनोड.
Good. So there label them as beneficial phenotypes. I'm labeling them, it could be that. He's telling you that there are separate forces underlying those crests and valleys. क्या बोलते crest and troughs? Crest and troughs. Okay? So these crests and troughs are formed because of different epigenetic features that drive you for that particular state. So a given cellular state has specific set of epigenetic features in a specific way. When I call epigenetic features, I mean, I'll show you the slide. Okay? I don't care, that's not what I'm trying to do. I was a little sleepy, so I made that scene. What I mean is that specific forces together make something called epigenome. Okay? That's what the whole class is about. Epigenomes that drive you different states. Epigenomes are made of specific epigenetic features, which will be combination of what you see on the screen, which is, have you guys heard of this? DNA methylation, histone modification, nucleosome, हमने बहुत सारे books पढ़ी हैं, right? Chromatin structure, RNA modification, non-coding DNA. We will be discussing these things as we go along. Okay? Now, for me to discuss these, I need to tell you what it means. Did you guys get it now? Right? I have a very different way of teaching this. Maybe not the right way. But did you guys get it? Okay, we need to make different phenotypes. To go with different phenotypes, we need to have specific epigenetic states that will create specific energy stuff that will make these cells go into that direction. So I will have an eye make eye, a retina make a retina, intestine make intestine, and energy make energy, whatever. Right? Got it? Okay. I will be teaching you these things in the next few days. So I'll be talking about a lot of histone modifications tomorrow. I work on a lot of histone modifications. I'm well known in the world for studying histone modification. So I'll show you histone modification knowledge tomorrow. Okay? And then we'll be studying DNA methylation. I told you already I discovered a sample of DNA methylation. So we have done a lot of DNA methylation in my life. What does DNA methylation even mean? What is DNA? What is DNA, guys? Deoxyribonucleic acid. That is made into a band of various bases next to each other, about 6.6 billion bases of them in a cell, right? If I were to stretch it all the way, I'll be going around 2 meters in each cell. How much is 2 meters? You guys have visualization of 2 meters? 1 foot इतना है, 2 foot कितना है, 3 foot कितना है? How much is 2 meters? This much DNA is in a cell, which is in nanometers. Okay, just for your knowledge. We'll talk about that in the next chromatin structure world when we talk about nucleosomes, how they 30 nanometer fiber, bead genus string, things that you've read earlier. Alright, DNA and gene, my image is not showing, but I think we talked about it. We talked about this, I'm sure you guys know this. Everyone in the bookish world knows this thing called central dogma. Right? I'm sorry, I'm not making fun of you guys. So, don't take it otherwise. We talked about replication. Replication is replicating the DNA. DNA making RNA is called transcription. I'm sure you all know this. How many of you do this? Everybody? No. Good! Somebody knows transcription, so I don't want to teach you transcription. My next 50 slides are on transcription. You guys know transcription? So we don't need to teach that. I'll give you 50 today. Huh?
बैक्टीरिया में मैंने सुना था कि बैक्टीरिया के अंदर जैसे हम लोग कोई पर्टिकुलर साइड का बैक्टीरिया के अंदर बाहर का वाला कोई सेल या कोई फॉरेन एलिमेंट आता है तो वो रेस्ट्रिक्शन एंजाइम वगैरह लेके तो काट के खत्म कर देते हैं तो बट जब वो खुद का सेल को नहीं काटते तो उसमें डीएनए मेथिलाइजेशन होता है तो वो क्या इंसान के ऊपर भी सेम काइंड ऑफ एप्लीकेबल
आपको ये specific bacteria के बारे में viral antiviral mechanism पर है. You need to put it in the context of what you learn. Right? That's one of the ways some bacteria may protect against the foreign viruses. Viruses that essentially know how to kill, so there's no DNA methylation. We'll come to that. तुम लोग book पढ़ते हो, which is great. We'll talk about that. But that's a good point. And some bacteria will create DNA methylation to guard itself against viruses because viral enzymes cannot kill when the DNA is methylated. We'll come to that. Okay? I'm not going to talk about that, but let's discuss it a little bit later. I'm just trying to go very basics, okay? For you guys to get the thing, but thank you. Okay, what was it teaching here? Okay, simple dogma. Alright, DNA makes RNA, RNA makes protein, protein makes us. Right? We just discussed that. Is that true? Come on, we just had so much discussion on why protein is not everything. Didn't we? No? Protein is everything. Protein is everything. Almost. Not really. Not really, guys. There's lots of non-coding RNAs. And people know a lot of functions of those. Proteins are not everything. So yes, but proteins are obviously most of them. Okay, alright. So the challenge is, why are we talking about central dogma here? I'm not talking about epigenetics. Epigenetics, central dogma, how does it relate together? How? Why did I even bring this up? Epigenetics is all about expression of genes. So epigenetics is equal to gene expression. Because I made you believe to believe that. Right? That's actually not true. Right? Okay, I made you believe that for a reason. Because I want to explain genotypes. Epigenetics is much more than gene expression regulation. We'll talk a lot of gene expression regulation from here on because that's what we know. But epigenetics is way more than just gene expression regulation. We'll talk about that because we're talking about a course. There's a lot of research that goes on beyond that. Okay, so I think you guys get this. I take it out of a picture from Google because I was too lazy. Why did you put that? Why did you put that? For what we discussed earlier. Here's an example. That a liver enzyme will not be produced in a neuron. And a neuron will not produce a liver enzyme. And the liver will not produce a neurotransmitter because if it did, then what will happen? It will be deader. Right? Okay, somebody drew this. I put this up. And I say an alcohol dehydrogenase which is produced normally in liver will only be produced in liver and mostly only be produced in liver. But not in a neuron because we have the different kind of pigments now. Won't be produced in retina because the retina does show you the light, show you the color, right? And the liver's job is to digest the food out of whatever. Right? Okay, alright. Why are we talking about this? Because your same DNA, the retinol dehydrogenase, aldehyde dehydrogenase is also there in the neuron, but it's not expressed in the neuron. How does the sound ensure that that's not happening? Okay, fine. Because of epigenetics, right? Epigenetics does not mean heterochromatin. I'll come to that. Heterochromatin is a specific meaning, so don't think it is it is repressed in bipolar dehydrogenase is repressed in neuron, neurotransmitter is repressed in liver. That repression is gene expression regulation. Gene expression regulator is driven by epigenetics, right? That's why we're talking about this stuff. I think you guys get it, so we're gonna move on. And epigenetic elements, I showed you that. Now I want to just show you, go back. Basics of life, right? What are we showing you now? Why am I showing you this picture? I wanted you to visualize what I put in the previous slide. Okay? What does visualization mean here? What is this? What is this? Methyl group. Okay, that's DNA methylation. Whew, easy peasy. What's that? Nucleosome or histone? What is nucleosome? Good job. You guys are prepared for the class. Nucleosome. Then what is this methylation? What's the other methylation? What this methylation versus this methylation? Are they same? How many think yes? Yes. Okay, 3 people yes. Rest of the people think no. You have to answer within like 2 seconds, guys. If you look at each other, then answer them won't be fun. Because at the end of the day, the next person's knowledge is not your knowledge is your knowledge. It needs to be clear. You need to know what are we talking about. So don't be afraid of asking if you're not clear. Okay? All right? Are they same? Okay, who thinks it's different? Good. On the back, what's your name? Sorry? Yes. Shivani. Why do you think they're not same, Shivani? That's a histone modification and that's a DNA modification. Histone is? It's a protein. Oh man, you guys know stuff. Sorry, I underestimated you. What is nucleosome remodeling on the bottom mean? What does nucleosome remodeling mean? Anybody? What does remodeling mean? I'm remodeling my kitchen, my house. Restructuring, rearranging, restructuring, rebuilding, right? What does nucleosome remodeling mean? You want to say? Sorry, what's your name? Yes. Niharika. Niharika, you want to say what is nucleosome remodeling then? Change. My name is not sir, my name is Kunal. Okay? Everybody. Alright. What does it mean? Change nucleosome. To what? Sorry? Again? न्यूक्लियस में कुछ चेंज क्या चेंज Okay, all wrong answers. Okay, yes. Good job. Nucleosome remodeling actually means moving the nucleosome on a DNA. So if it was sitting at position 1, it's now sitting at position 30, if you will. Got it? Okay, that's nucleosome remodeling. Thank you. See, you guys can speak on the back, all right? I would like you guys, everybody to speak. You can tell me nucleosome remodeling means removing one histone, putting a new one, and I will just say it's wrong, but that does not mean anything, okay? Please speak. Chromatin structure. Why do I say chromatin structure? Okay, what else? Anybody else? What does chromatin structure mean? आप बताएंगे सर? हाँ जी. Imagine it. कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. हाँ. Okay. What else could it be?
हमने DNA 2 मीटर DNA है, छोटे से सेल में है. Chromatin structure means? Okay, good. Anybody else? It means many things, but that's one of them. Okay, thank you. What else? I'm going to now pick you guys up and ask everybody to speak. Huh? Chromatin structure means? Solenoid. Solenoid क्या होता है? Solenoid structure. Is it a book? Okay. Book बहुत पढ़ते हो भाई. Okay. Chromatin structure. Okay, in this, what am I showing you? This is a very classical picture. Anywhere you look, you'll find it. I'm just repeating the same thing that I showed you in the previous slide. Right? Why am I repeating this? To confuse you guys more. Ah, that's there, right there, yeah. Why am I showing you this? Okay, if you guys know this, one person explain, get up and explain what is this whole thing. We talked about a lot of this, right, already? So now you should be able to say, otherwise there is no meaning of me taking this class. What is this? Seriously? What is this? It's a Korean bowl or noodles, guys. Come on, what is this? DNA inside what kind of nucleus? One word. What kind of nucleus? Interphase. We talked about interphase nucleus. This is interphase nucleus. Looking funny enough, right? Then what is this coming out of that? Fiber. Why does it say chromatin fiber on it? Supercoiled structure. Does it really look like that? You think so? Okay. And then what is this coming out of that? Okay. This is called? Okay. Anybody else? Anything else? More specifics? Nobody? This is a 30 nanometer fiber. That's what it's called typically. What is this? 10 nanometer fiber. Beads in a string. Somebody said that earlier. That's beads in a string, right? What is beads here? Nucleosome. Good job. You guys have read this, which is great. My job is half done. And then what is the modifications on this? Stone modifications. Okay, good. And then what has come out of that? Does it really come out like that? Okay, that's just depicted. That's not happens. Okay, don't imagine that's how it is. Okay, DNA methylation. I want to show you just so you imagine interphase nuclei to be clear and strong. You know what exactly it is like. Okay, now you get it. Is this clear in your imagination? It's in your pamphlet, right? Okay, all right, great. That's the first slide of my typical talks. Okay, I just pull it out of there. And I'm not going to go through this, right? But I want you to know I talked about Waddington. Waddington was 1942, but there are people talking about epigenetics before that. They're talking about chromatin before that. We'll talk about chromatin tomorrow. And all of this stuff is very beautiful work by many great people. All started in 1995s and around. And when I was doing my PhD between 2002 and 2006, a lot of this was being discovered. Okay, it was a lot of fun seeing this. It was a very exciting area, and we'll talk about a lot of these tomorrow. HAT is What? What did you say? I'm sorry. Histone deacetylase. That's HDAC. Okay. Okay. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Let's not get into this. I want you guys to be more bookish than you are already. Okay. DNA methylation. Should we go into this? Or going tomorrow? Are you guys sleepy? No sleepy? You're fine? Man, that's sad. Can you guys open the DNA methylation slides for me, please? We're going to go 15, 20, 30 more minutes. How many do you want to go? Chai? Pani? Nashta? No? Okay. Yes, sir. Actually, we can take questions. Yeah, that's good. I'm tired, man.
Last week when I was brushing up on my genetics, I came across this. So basically, I had a question that how does the same set of diploid genome express differently in males and females? So I came across genome imprinting, which
We'll talk about it on DNA methylation thing.
So you talked about how epigenetics leads to like severe diseases. So how does the same the same process cause gene silencing in like gender specific expression, and how does it cause the diseases? Like the same process.
परसों पढ़ेंगे हम. परसों बताएंगे इसके बारे में. Hey, I mean, I don't want to run ahead of myself. I just want you guys to first get the concepts clear. But that's true. Genome imprinting, DNA methylation, diseases come out of that. Da 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 da. You can read a lot about it. Watch YouTube videos. You'll get a lot of knowledge. Yes. Kunal is my name, guys. Everybody, my name is Kunal. I like Kunal more than sir. It's okay. That's why I'm trying to change it. I know that. Okay. I want you guys to be open to that. I'm not typical sir. Okay. I'm Kunal. I like to be called Kunal. As I said, I'm already very old. I feel very old looking at my gray hair in my mirror. I would not want that to be a little bit more. Okay, it's fine. Go whatever. Yes, please.
So you said that we should choose 2 to 3 papers every week and read. How to choose them? Please.
There's something called PubMed, PUBMED.
Sir, there is so much stuff. How to choose what to read?
What interests you? I just told you guys in the morning. I would like to know how my neurons respond to a threat. I throw something at you, my neurons fire, right? And that happens within seconds. Google, man, AI, Google, life. You guys are so lucky to have everything in front of you, and you say, "What? How do I choose it?" You can choose whatever you like. There's tons of literature out there. Just have fun, read it. Think, okay, how do I do this, right? How should I do this? I should do this by saying, do I really understand this? I just showed you 2 examples. Show me an example. Okay, can you tell me how does it happen? You're not clear about it, right? Are you? Yeah.
It becomes soft, मतलब plasmolized हो जाती है cells and then
पर टच कैसे करता है उसको?
पत्तों में भी जो जॉइंट होता है ना,
हाँ.
उधर पे जो नोट होती है वो फिर उधर से पानी बाहर आ जाता है बॉडी से.
कौन सा रिसेप्टर कुछ सर्च करता है? नहीं पता. Exactly. You got this. See where I'm going with that? There is always answers that you don't know. It's just about curiosity. Somebody said curious. Somebody was curious here, right? Be curious. Curiosity means that you really understand कि ये कैसे होता है. कैसे ये वॉल कैसे बनती है? वॉल कैसे बनती है? एक नींव डालते हो, खोजते हो, मेरे को 50 फीट खोजना है, मैंने पिलर डाला है, पिलर के ऊपर मैं सीमेंट डालता हूँ, छड़ डालता हूँ, फिर उसके बाद बनाता हूँ, फिर मैं उसके बाद ईंटा डालता हूँ, सीमेंट डालता हूँ, बनती है, राइट? You get this, you get 100% of it, right? You visualize it, you get it, right? You see it in front of you. Imagine, can you understand every single process in the cell? Absolutely not. I can bet you don't know, you don't even know 9.001% of it. There is so much to learn. So read. You read a review article, start from a review article that is publicly available. Lots of things are publicly available. There are great review articles out there. Then go read, वो जो पेपर रेफर कर रहे हैं उनको पढ़ो, राइट? पेपर कहाँ से, रिव्यू आर्टिकल कैसे लिखते हैं लोग? मैं जो आपको ऐसा बकवास करे जा रहा हूँ, कहाँ से आया है बकवास? किसी ने एक्सपेरिमेंट किया है, पता किया है, he says that अच्छा ये होता है, दूसरे ने बोला अच्छा ठीक है ये होता है, इसके ऊपर ये होता है, फिर तीसरे ने किया उसके ऊपर, that's a process, right? That's biological discovery process. तो मैं पहला पेपर पढ़ूंगा तब तो मैं दूसरा समझूंगा, दूसरा पढ़ूंगा तब तो तीसरा समझूंगा. You get it? रिव्यू आर्टिकल में एक लाइन लिखी होती है, आपकी बुक में एक लाइन हजारों रिव्यू आर्टिकल से लिखी होती है. बुक्स आर अ हायर लेवल, राइट? पेपर्स आर अ लेवल बिलो, राइट? एक रिव्यू आर्टिकल में आपको एक स्पेसिफिक चीज़ मिलेगी, उसके उसने पेपर साइट किए होंगे कि कहाँ से उनको पता चला, तो वो आप पेपर जाके पढ़ो, फिर उसका एक्सपेरिमेंट देखो लोगों ने क्या एक्सपेरिमेंट किया, फिर आप रीजन करो अच्छा ये सही है गलत है. मैं व्हाई वाज टेलिंग यू गाइस अबाउट द आई वाज बिलीविंग अपॉन वॉडिंगटन ने सही बोला कि नहीं, व्हाट डू आई केयर, राइट? मैंने आई टोल्ड यू वन दैट व्हाट ही सेड वाज स्लाइटली रॉन्ग इन दैट अगर लिंक RNAs, the non-coding RNAs, actually can exhibit the phenotype without proteins, then he was wrong in that sentence. Does not mean he was right in the concept, because he didn't know about long-coding RNA, nobody knew about non-coding RNA at that point in the world. Our genomes were only sequenced in 2001. First human genome was sequenced in 2001. We are still sequencing human genomes. I don't know the difference between you and you and you and you. Just a month ago, a paper came from UK that has 10,000 human genome sequenced for the first time ever. Why is that important? Why is that important? I don't know the difference between this Prachi and that Prachi and this Salil and that. I don't, right? For all you know, that monozygotic twin stuff that I was telling you could be wrong. Could be, who knows, right? Because I didn't have ever sequenced monozygotic twins to every single base resolution. I don't have 6.6 billion exact bases from two monozygotic twins. So all the sentences I made, all the assumptions I made were they have same DNA, and you guys were saying, oh, maybe they don't. Maybe actually iDNA is not exactly same as intestine. I made you believe that because I'm pre-forcing epigenetics. But it's possible out of that 6.6 billion bases, 100 bases are different. And that make your I and challenge me. Okay? If you challenge me, I would accept it. I would say, yes, that's correct. Right? There's tons to learn out there. So, go on. There's lots to learn. When we really started sequencing stuff well, and lots of people, was around 2010, 11, 12, when first the Cancer Genome Atlas came. It's a huge initiative that came out of UK, US and others. My lab did first TCGA sequencing out of glioblastoma patients, brain tumors. So we just started sequencing people. We don't even know. I don't know the difference in, I don't have my 5,000 Indian genomes. I don't. We don't. We cannot tell you. Okay? That's where research is. Because it costs a lot of money, and the government doesn't give me money. They want to make bombs to give it on Pakistan. Not kidding. That's what it is. US puts half of its budget into building bombs that he gives to Israel to kill Gaza people, Palestinians, and he gives it to Ukraine to kill Russians, right? What kind of humanity we live in? And we can't cure people who are dying tomorrow. Okay? That's the world we live in. We don't know the difference between you and you entirely. That's the truth. Because Indian government would rather make, I'm not against anybody, I'm just against non-humanity stuff. People do this all the time. Half of budget, every country's budget is defense budget. And what do we do with those bombs? We don't use them. US does not use them. And he's like, oh, I need to make more. I'm going on making more, so I need to use it somewhere. So I'm going to give it to Israel to kill Palestinians who are all Muslims. They are killing the world. I'm sorry, that's just political rhetoric. It's unfortunate, but that is true. Okay, that's what happens. We are doing not just injustice to the humankind. It's all our money. Money is printed at the end of the day, right? Humans are not printed, guys. right? Okay, all right. We're going to go DNA methylation, some more bookish stuff, and it will be fun for most of you. DNA methylation is Mr. CH3. CH3 is humans are actually made up of, we are carbon dominated planet. This planet is, all organisms are, most of the organisms are carbon dominated organisms. So we are made of methyl groups. Methyl is a big word in the world. Methyl is a big thing in your body. Methylation. I study a lot of methylation. So I love methylation. No, I hate it right now, but nonetheless, methylation, DNA methylation. What does DNA methylation mean? DNA methylation actually has no meaning. It is cytosine that gets methylated. Okay? Do you know what is cytosine? Huh? So base pair. So nitrogen is, let's brush up our DNA knowledge here, okay? What's DNA? Deoxyribose, what does that mean? Ribose sugar. Ribose sugar? Deoxyribose sugar. Why is it deoxyribose? All right, wonderful. You guys all had your bookish knowledge. That's great, right? Cytosine is base. Cytosine is a base. Base is what? Has a ribose? Has a? Okay. So that's a. This is. What am I pointing to? A sugar. That's ribose. Deoxyribose. That's deoxyribose. What is this? Oh man, are you kidding me? What is this? That's the base. What kind of base? So how many bases do we have? 5 types. How many? I didn't say how many bases DNA has. I said how many bases do we have? 5 types. 4 in DNA, other 4 in RNA. Good. There are more bases than that. We know that, right? There are atypical ones, right? Anyways, we'll not go in there. That's not what I'm teaching. What is this thing, Mr.? That's CH3. That's methylation. Methylation on a 5' position, right? Okay, your chemistry knowledge is done for today. That's it. 5-methyl cytosine. Cytosine is the only base that gets methylated. Does anybody other base get methylated? Do you guys know? Adenine gets methylated. Okay. Guanine gets methylated. Okay. All right. That's fair. But why do I call DNA methylation a cytosine methylation? So why do you call cytosine methylation a DNA methylation? Because most of the methylation is on cytosine. I'm not going to bother you. But those other methylations are very rare. But cytosine methylation is about, I think, 2 to 10%, depends on which cell you're looking at. So it's fairly all right. I mean, I might be wrong in numbers. Why am I showing you the right picture? Okay, we'll come to this later because I think you guys are confused. I don't want you to be confused. All right, very simple. What am I showing you now? A lot of my slides are taken, by the way, just to refer to this thing called animated biology from somebody called Arpan. I don't remember his last name, but I requested him to send me his slides because I was too lazy to make my slides. He is a professor in IGIB in Delhi, and his beautiful YouTube videos. You guys can go look at his YouTube videos. Okay, good. Exam pass करने की जिंदगी जियो भाई. Okay. All right, methylation. It's a process with methyl groups. I liked it because I like his small videos. I like the small videos I was looking at. I was like, can you please send me your slides? He was very kind to send the slides, so I should thank him first. Okay, what am I showing you now? Methylation occurs on cytosines, bases. It can occur at random places, does it? No, it doesn't occur at random places. It only occurs in the context of CpG bases. Okay, so C followed by a G, that's normally how, normally in most cells it occurs, except one, which is in the brain. We'll talk about neuroepigenetics in the 6th class if I'm alive by then. Where we'll definitely talk about that. How many of you are plant epigeneticists, plant biotechnologists? Nobody's plant? I think they're plant people. You are. Plants are very different kind of methylation, so they can occur in different contexts. CNG, CGHH, See, plants are different epigenetics. We can talk about it one day. I would try to talk about it just for you guys, but I don't remember a lot of it either. But yes, we should. Okay, methylation occurs in CpG context. It's a process, methylglyceride or DNA molecule. That's a very Arpan makes slides which are more meant for USMLE students, I think. So he makes it very simple. It's not really always correct though. Okay. So DNA methyltransferase is the enzymes that put the mark. Biological importance of this. It's important in numerous cellular processes. Embryonic development. Why are we talking about embryonic development? Huh? Okay, let's talk about what is embryonic development, not you, other people. What does embryonic development mean? Huh? Come on, guys. You want to tell me? Yes. Embryonic, fully developed human being. Okay, good. Fully developed human being is what, by the way? Fetus. Fetus that comes out of mother's womb, that's fully developed? Sometimes. Good answer, I like that. Okay. But is fetus developed earlier than that? Okay. Well, it's not a development class, so we'll not go there. I don't want to get there. But why is it so important? Why am I even talking about it? Why am I talking about it? Huh? Okay, good. Why are we talking about is very clearly answered here in two pictures that I'm showing you. From zygote to an embryo that has functional organs, right? That's where a lot of epigenetics comes into play, because by then we have decided what organ is going to be what, right? Okay, where is going to be eye, where is going to be intestine, where is going to be and where is going to be all the other organs, right? Are we good? Okay, so embryonic development is critical. DNA methylation plays a key role very early on in setting up from that zygote to where different organs are and their correct developmental patterns. Okay, not that other stones etc. don't play; they all do. But DNA methylation was the most studied epigenetic mark, and that's why we talk about it early on. Okay, there's a lot of role of embryonic development. We'll talk about it. I have a whole DNA methylation class, so we'll talk about that. Genome imprinting. Somebody saw my genome imprinting. We'll talk about that later on. X chromosome inactivation. Have you guys heard of these things? No? Yes? So two X chromosomes come, one X chromosome gets repressed. That's called X chromosome inactivation. We'll talk about that, and somebody else will talk about it later. I won't. I think there is a class later on which talks about. I think Rajesh talks about it. Preservation of chromosome stability. Okay, the important things. DNA methylation is critical. Any and every epigenetic mark is critical for many things, but DNA methylation, just for the heck of it, goes important, and that is also very critical for what we discussed earlier, which is making different type of cells, a neuron, a somatic cell, a fibroblast. What's a fibroblast? Have you guys heard of fibroblast? How many people have heard of fibroblasts? Sorry, I'm sleepy. How many of you have heard of fibroblasts? Nobody? Cool. How many people have heard of epithelial cells? What is an epithelial cell? Everybody has heard of epithelial cell. Okay, give me an example of epithelial cell in your body. Skin. And you guys have not heard of fibroblasts. Blood plasma, every single organ contains tons of fibroblasts. Fibroblasts is probably one of the most abundant cell types in our body after epithelial cells and smooth muscle cells. Why am I throwing these names at you guys? Because you guys like names. Okay, neurons, fibroblasts, epithelial cells, different cell types come from different organs. You need to make sure that a gene is repressed. I talked about this earlier. A neurotransmitter is not expressed in a fibroblast, is not expressed in epithelial cells, but a fibroblast express a collagen. Fibroblasts are cells that support a lot of epithelial cell layering. Under that is fibroblast. There are muscle cells that support that layer. Have you guys had physiology? Do you guys know physiology? No? Read. Go watch YouTube videos, guys. It's fun. It's who you are. Aren't you curious? Who am I? What kind of animal am I? We are all animals at the end of the day, right? Have you guys never bothered to think what kind of animal am I? Are you serious? Yes, thank you. We are mammals. But who am I? How am I made? How is my eyes made? How is my ears made? How is my hair made? Right? When I do makeup, what am I going to do to my hair skin cells? Have you ever wondered? When I put oil, what happens? Why do I put oil every day? Right? Have you guys wondered? If you haven't, man, go on, wonder, read, watch YouTube videos, lots of YouTube shorts. Okay, put it on YouTube shorts. Right? Everybody has a phone, right? You guys, lots of YouTube shorts, right? Shah Rukh Khan songs. No? Ranbir Kapoor songs. No? What do you guys watch? Let me understand the pulse of what are you guys? Millennials. Gen Z? Ah, man, I thought you guys were millennials. 2000? When are you guys born? 2000 onwards, right? किसने दिया? भगवान ने नाम दिया Gen Z. 96 Gen Z. Interesting stuff, guys. Interesting stuff. Life is beyond Gen Zs and millennials, right? Beyond YouTube shorts. But use your YouTube, right? There are great people like Arpan doing this for you. Watch it. Like, right? Your Facebook shorts. Anyways, that's that. Okay. So different cells, different organs, different cells have different genes suppressed, different regions suppressed. If I say genes, kill me tomorrow, there are other regions that are very important, such as repeat elements that actually define your phenotype as well, more than genes a lot of times. So that's why genes are not everything, okay? I'm not anti-gene, guys. I just want you to have a broader picture in your head, think beyond genes, think beyond. DNA is DNA, okay? DNA is DNA. You've got 6.6 billion bases in your body, in your cell. There must be a reason for it. The God that you believe in made it for some reason. The nature made it for some reason. Okay? Alright, so what happens is, I wanted to end here because I talked a lot about monozygotic twins. I actually have a nice whole deck for tomorrow. I'm so happy I'm going to sleep today. This is just a general thing. I took it from somewhere. But bottom line is, as you inherit, right, as the cells inherit, the two, remember monozygotic twins, same DNA, one made one, the other made, one was green, one was red, because you had the same, you started with the same thing, but the environment environment again made you different. It induced a DNA methylation of different kind, okay, that got up and up and up, meaning there were other things that were made above that. It major reached a threshold where the cell said, I'm no more normal. I want to be diseased. I'm diseased. So then I became diseased. So that's how the phenotype got exhibited, right? Very simple terms. There's a lot more to it, but I want you to get the concept. The concept is you start the same, but the epigenetic modifications such as DNA methylation happen to differ because of the environment you lived in. What does environment mean? Whoa, I have a slide for it. What does environment mean? Environment is epigenome. Actually, this is where I wanted to end. Environment is epigenome. Somebody said nature versus nurture. Who was doing the thing in the morning? The good guy. Had read a lot or picked up stuff from somewhere, AI or something. I was reading it. That was you? No, Vikas. Okay, was good. Okay. Boom. The environment is where you live, what you eat, what you get exposed to. You're exposed to me right now, my noise, and that is impacting your epigenetic changes somewhere in your body. Maybe in your neurons, that'll be a good thing, right? Am I making you think? Okay, good. I'm proud of myself today. Okay, environment is your epigenome, guys. Everything that you get exposed to changes the way your DNA methylation process occurs. How does that happen? How does that happen? How many of you eat palak? Everybody eats palak. Palak is fun. Palak has a lot of great things. What is the great thing in palak? Huh? Iron. Or okay. What does iron make? Okay, what food makes folate? Folate, folic acid, folate. Bookish knowledge. Come on, guys. We need to spit it out. Huh? Flax seeds. How many of you eat flax seeds? None of you. Somebody wants to eat. Okay, good. Flax seeds is great, right? Okay, I was just saying that something you eat makes folate. Why am I bringing folate into the picture? Go read it up. Answer tomorrow. Why am I bringing folate? All right, I think I will like to start there tomorrow, asking you guys where the folate is. There are drugs, there is psychological state, there is stress that I'm giving you right now. Oh, I don't know the answer to this. Kunal is going to ask me, how am I going to know this? I gave you stress. Stress changed your epigenome. It did. It does. How many of you are there where your father is like, go, gotta get a job, man, gotta get a job, right? Stress. How many of you live in that environment? I'm that father, by the way. My son is stressed. Okay? That stress, people have demonstrated, changes DNA methylation. Okay? And that stress, the kids who go through that stress develop neurological symptoms as they go along. Okay? So huge role to play the environment. Environment is my father who's giving me stress. This environment is me giving stress to my son who's going to have a neurological problem 50 years down the line. But I want him to go to MIT and Harvard. So why am I not giving him stress? I will, right? I am. Because I went to IIT, I should get my son into MIT and Harvard. So I'm making him stressed. That's environment. What you eat every day is your environment. Where you walk every day is environment. The water you drink is environment, right? Anything you intake is environment. Any exposure you have, that's the environment. Any medicine you eat, Ayurveda, is environment. How many people have you seen who take, वो बाबा जी ने क्या दिया है कुछ, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, नहीं जड़ी बूटी नहीं, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, भस्म. Bhasma. What is bhasma? Ash. What is it? Chemicals of sorts, right? You're taking it without knowing what's going on, because my Babaji that I believe in thinks that is right. I'm not ridiculing anybody. I'm just telling you the facts. Okay? I'm not ridiculing anybody, guys. Sorry. And if I say bookish, don't make it. I know I said it a lot today. Okay? That's great. Indians do well because they are bookish. Okay? I actually believe in it. People may not believe in it, but a lot of times I believe in it. Okay. All right. So our environment is epigenome. That is what makes us who we are eventually. Doesn't matter what DNA you were born with. I just said a wrong sentence. It matters a lot, right? It matters. 90% of it is DNA sequence. 10% of it is epigenetics. But that's just a random number I gave you. That doesn't mean anything. I believe personally that a lot of it is genetics and a lot of it is epigenetics. Even though I am an epigenetics expert, I think epigenetics plays lesser role than genetics does, but epigenetics plays a very important role than genetics does. In just, the way we get exposed to diseases particularly. Of course, how you make your eye versus intestines, of course it is epigenetics, there's no question on that. Okay? All right? All right, guys, thank you so much. We'll talk tomorrow. Yes, questions? Yes. हाँ जी. हाँ जी. मेरे को नहीं पता यार, सीरियसली नहीं पता. मैंने भी सोचा है कि क्या है स्पेशल उस बारे में. होगा कुछ, होगा मतलब. आई थिंक स्ट्रक्चर इज देयर, राइट? द स्ट्रक्चर वेयर दैट गेट्स कनेक्टेड टू द थिंग. आई डोंट नो, रीड अबाउट इट. सॉरी, आई मीन आई फॉरगेट अ लॉट ऑफ स्टफ. ब्रेन ओनली इज इतना सा स्पेस, उसमें ज़्यादा ही जाता है. ओके, टेल मी दैट टुमारो, बाय द वे. Go read it, tell me tomorrow. Good? Are we good? Any other questions? Was it fun? Did I make you interested in science? Good, okay, all right, I like that. We'll see what happens on Saturday. Okay, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow morning. My name is Kunal. Kunal actually. Not na. Na. Yes.
So in context to genetic mutations,
Huh.
genetic